Get on to rock, get up to burn, stand with the pride and burn, feel your desire.
Alright, welcome to episode 2. We're still doing this shit. And we got another person.
Oh, that's wild.
Introducing Arvin.
Yo, it's
Because we're going to be on first name basis only.
Yeah.
So let's get ready. I gotta bust out my topics.
Yo, yeah, get that shit out. Oh yeah, slower. Oh shit, we got folders that we don't use. All right.
I didn't have too much of your shit today. It's a great start. So I'm just gonna go over a bit what went wrong in the last episode.
Yeah.
So first things first, too much table banging.
Yep.
This is we're not Phoenix Wright. We're not fucking slamming tables like I just did.
Yeah, don't do that. That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad audio.
Yeah.
And their
Headphone
phone-
warning.
Our phones were just too close to the table. And
Yeah, we
every
had
time our
too
phones
many.
were
We had
vibrating,
we
it
had
just-
too many bitches sliding in our DMs.
Yes.
Damn, God, y'all are millennials. Have your phones down.
Also, so for future improvements, we're gonna stay the fuck away from the mic, and do as minimal like table banging and shit.
Yeah, please do not deep throat the mic.
That's just
They
Nico's
don't want
job.
sweet ASMR, right?
That's Nico's job, man.
Yeah.
So I was checking the analytics for the last video.
People
Yeah.
watched it.
12 people.
What?
Shout outs to the 12, all 12 of you listening for a grand total of 17 minutes
Of the How Long podcast?
of the hour podcast.
Oh yeah, it's good. I like that.
So we got some great viewers.
Yeah.
I was checking, like, apparently a lot of people were clicking off from a different podcast.
Of course they were. Yeah.
Could be autoplay doing shit. You never know.
That's true.
Some of it's from other sources, from Discord and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been from people word of mouth. So hey, if we keep doing this, we might get more people.
I mean, hey, don't get your hopes up, man.
Obviously not. This is the shittiest podcast.
Aim low and go even lower.
Okay, so 12 is a great number then. Because like I was expecting maybe 2 people,
Yeah.
and then by that, like by your logic, 0. All right. So we're gonna get into the first topic. America, we need to talk.
Do we?
Yes.
Man, they're so far away.
I swear America should just be one whole fucking podcast alone.
No, we're gonna be talking about the stuff that goes pew pew. And how that relates to video games and shit, because we're back in the 2000s
Do
again.
we even have to? Like, it's been so hard disproven. Like, do we even need to bring this up again? Everybody knows
It's
already.
the
Like,
goddamn old people.
yeah, fuck you. Who gives a shit?
Okay, so
Like
during
that-
the week I've been researching this topic.
Yeah.
So I went and looked at. I'm like, okay, what's really the gun laws in the U.S.? Because like I don't want to talk out of my ass.
Yeah.
So
Like usual.
or yeah, usually right. So technically, fugitives, those convicted with a felony with a sentence exceeding 1 year, past or present, those who are also involuntarily admitted to a mental facility are prohibited from buying guns.
Okay.
Makes sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
That is probably the only main restriction they have.
Okay.
There is no like screening, and there is no real like checking. It's just like the only thing is they just check your criminal record, or they check like if you've ever been admitted to a hospital, like a mental facility. Aside from that, it's fucking fair game. They also but this is a very on a store by store basis.
Uh-huh.
If they can tell that you're depressed, or you have like if you have like some mental issues that could cause suicide, some cases have been reported where the store owner will refuse to sell them a gun.
Okay.
But that's a very specific case by case, and a lot of the fucking rules are on a state by state basis.
Whoa.
So there's no wide sweeping rule set.
So it's not like a federal level.
Yeah, so
thing.
there's no real like federal level regulations. There's like very little regulations in place for it.
Mhm.
So I was just like, what? So Also, if at any point your record gets changed, saying like if those crimes that you had before get removed or whatever, you can then buy a gun.
Okay.
Those are the exceptions. So, I'm gonna go into the topic of how very little they correlate between
Okay.
each other because there's still no proof.
Yeah.
Because we get the same fucking video games that they get, and I don't wanna like when I
Okay.
play Mario, I don't wanna walk outside and jump on someone's head until they die.
Okay, no, the funniest is when I forgot who it was, like a comic or some shit, was like, man, Japan, they don't have video games, they don't have gun violence. That's cray. And it's like, dog, Japan has some weird bullshit.
They express their
They actually have, they spend more money on video games than at least the U.S.
yeah. I think the U.S. is like they actually beat us in video game sales.
Yeah.
From what I saw in the chart, which I do have it like the link for it, and also the image. If anything, I'll pull it up. Because our wonderful friend, oh look who's online on Discord. Fucking untired my ass.
Yeah, I know,
I'm calling you out, dude.
Live
Live on podcast. But yeah, I'm gonna go to my source.
Yo, good source there.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jeez!
So he posted a picture of the statistic, and I'm gonna put it up on the big screen for you guys to see. And
yeah, big, huh?
can I open original? And we're gonna do movie style enhance.
Oh fuck, dude.
Okay.
Oh, this is the top tier quality that I was expecting.
So, as you can see, okay, the U.S. is third. South Korea kind of makes sense.
Yeah, they fucking love video games.
They're like they're super into video games. The Europe beats us.
Yeah. Well.
That
yeah,
kind of makes sense because they have. I
specifically.
think they have a lot more people than we do.
The UK, yeah. No, well, not Europe in general, just UK.
Yeah. And we're 5.
Okay.
U.S. is third.
Oh man, I was super wrong. Japan does not spend more money on video games.
Korea.
Japan is like really.
Does
They don't
divide
have
them.
a huge population.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got blown out.
Yeah. So. The U.S. has the most violent gun deaths a year. Per 100,000 people, an average of 4.5 people die.
Yep.
From gun deaths.
But
Canada is like second, with like half a person dying every
Yeah.
100,000 people.
But they still just can't blame violent gun deaths from video games.
That's the thing. There's
Also,
no real correlation because
Yeah.
like if by that logic, South Korea should be everybody should be murdering each other.
like, okay, so this is all literally just like to shift blame away.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because like
It's
no,
to shift. Here's the thing. It's the big corporations that manufacture weapons.
Yeah.
They're got firearms. They make most of their money in the U.S.
Mhm.
If that goes away, the only people they're selling to is just military, like military bodies, and they don't want that. They're like, okay, we make most of our money here. We need to find a way to shift the blame
Yeah.
from us, and and whenever somebody brings up gun regulations, they just like throw money at them until they shut up.
Yeah. Also, okay, so this is also another thing that this ends up like directing attention away from is predatory like spending in video games and microtransactions and stuff like that. Because now the conversation like just generally surrounding video games is not on the loot boxes and
Yeah,
like people dropping thousands
that's
of dollars.
that's a whole nother can of worms too.
No. But what I'm saying is that it's bringing the attention away from that topic and into this again.
Yeah, because video game companies are gonna try to like,
No,
well,
because-
we're dealing with this now.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
deal with that.
No, but this is later. Video games right now though.
Yeah,
Like you gotta protect our video games, and it's like, no, let's talk about that though.
they're both
Let's go back to
important.
that.
They're both really important because both of those affect everybody. But if I'm being honest, like there's not that much that they need to do to at least like regulate it a bit. Because I've always had this suggestion, or always had this, like, I talked with people about it, and I usually come down to the conclusion of, like, why don't you just have people just perform, like, everybody who wants to buy a gun has to perform a mental wellness check and gun safety training.
Also,
The moment you add those two things, the only people who are going to start buying them are people who really give a shit about it.
yeah,
Because if you have to start training people how to use guns, it becomes
certified. Yeah,
it also becomes more of a hassle for someone to buy it.
especially that you need to like pay for a license to own it.
I wouldn't say just a license. Like they have to
No,
like they have to have a certification saying that they completed a safety course.
Well, I mean that's tied to getting a license. Like,
I guess, yeah.
certification to get the license. Also,
Yeah.
also the fact that they sell assault weapons.
Yeah, that's weird. I
Yeah,
think you can only get in here. You can only get rifles. You have to have your gun separate from your ammo.
Yeah,
The guns have to have trigger locks, and the ammos have to have locks, and both of them have to be completely different.
Yeah.
And I believe somebody also comes in for random inspections to see if you're following it.
Yeah.
So there is
such
if
a
anything, I'm
fucking
saying we have
hassle.
a lot of regulation.
It's such a fucking hassle to have like a rifle.
But usually,
even handguns actually. Even handguns. Is
yeah,
like,
I think it's the same
yeah,
situation.
same situation.
But and a lot of the reason, and if you want to use the gun, you can only use it on ranges.
Yeah.
You can also only use it on
and hunting grounds.
And you have to, and the hunting grounds have to be very specific. So you can only hunt the specific animal that you're allowed to hunt on that hunting ground at that given moment.
Yeah.
Because the wildlife shifts, so they have different hunting parameters.
And it's just for here.
This is just for here.
For here.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of regulation.
Yeah.
But you know what I think happens usually in every country. Something happens where a mass shooting happens, and then the country's like, yeah, let's not have this again. This is way too many people dying.
Well, that happened in New Zealand, where after it was the mass shooting at a mosque.
Oh yeah.
Right, and what they did is that they increased the restriction on guns, and people who could not meet those restrictions can give their guns to the police for a rebate.
That's fine.
That's pretty good.
So at least you get some kind of return on investment.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but yet the U.S. still doesn't see that shit. They're
That's
still
the thing.
blind to
There's
that.
so many solutions because other countries have gone through it.
There's also the fact that America is so big and there's so many people, right?
And
Yeah.
it's also
Like-
ran by madmen.
No, I wouldn't say it's that. I just say
but the
there's so
logistics
much.
are crazy.
Like their government has so much and so little power.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like, because not only do when you pass laws, most if not all states have to fucking say yes.
Yeah.
But like even if the federal government passes a law, like the other states don't necessarily have to comply if all the other ones don't.
Yeah.
So usually it falls on like
Individual states.
the
to
big
follow.
powerful states to actually like go through with it.
Mhm.
And then once they do, the rest of them follow because it's like shit. If we don't do it, then they're gonna get the other
Come
states on
after,
us.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of fucking weird, like
It's a weird
stuff,
system.
like
It's a
weird
weird system.
hierarchical system. I'm not saying we're any better, but at least ours is like, if you don't do this, this is not good.
No bueno.
But there's like it's like this is what the federal government's in charge for. You have to follow it.
Yeah.
And then these are what the municipal stuff is in charge for. The
Okay,
federal
okay,
government can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
So it's like there's
It's just-
rules, there's regulations that trickle down to each section.
It's very structured.
Yeah. It's like a tier list.
Yeah.
So if I'm being honest, I know like I wish that this shit wouldn't happen because it's sad because like I feel like the people in the US they're now more than ever afraid to leave their homes.
Yeah.
Because there's so much fucking like every year there's always a mass shooting or 2 or 3 mass shootings.
Mhm.
That happen and it's the same shit that happens in the news like oh we're grieving for the family that have been lost. And it's the same shit every year. And at this point, I'm just like, you say that, but you're not doing anything to change it.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, your grievances are empty. Like, there's nothing backing it up. But, like, I don't know. It just, it's fucking, there's no way they'll change because guns make too much money.
Yep.
Because
They
when,
get-
it's like, when shit like that happens, like, we need more guns.
And also, like, the NRS pays so many candidates to be like, hey, can you just not talk about guns? That'd be sick.
And like I was watching a news clipping about it, and a lot of them are the other solutions that they suggest is like give the police more power, or give the citizen more power to defend themselves. It's like, why are you leaving that to the police department to enforce? Why are you leaving that to the citizens to fucking defend themselves?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
This is your country.
We're,
You should be responsible for the people in there.
we're not a frontier town anymore.
It's not fucking Wild West.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's worrying about fucking bandits and outlaws anymore. We're a structured, organized civilization.
Well, we seem to.
Well, yeah. We tried, but...
Tried.
So, now the only thing I ask is, like, what is the message that this sends to other countries? Shows, honestly,
America
from our...
fucked up.
It shows from us, it's just like, you guys don't know how to fucking regulate yourselves.
Yeah.
You guys can't even protect your own people. That's what it shows me. Okay, now we're gonna get out of controversial shit. The controversial topic, and we're gonna go to something a lot more lighthearted.
That was abrupt. Anyway, switching gears.
Yes. Speaking of gears, if I can pull up
Good. Good timing on the segue.
pull up the asset,
Oh shit. We got assets?
a new section.
Heaven or hell, duel, one, let's rock!
This is the fighting game segment.
We're doing this? Oh, we're doing
Yes,
that.
this is the fighting games.
Nice.
And this topic is something that everybody can talk about because it relates to both new and experienced players. This is the age-old question. I can't get into fighting games, it's too hard. So, this question was meant to be like a two-parter because me and Arvin are relatively experienced in fighting games and we enjoy playing them. Literally yesterday we played like 5 different fighting games and
It was dope.
we were like, yo, Killer Instinct is sick.
Yo, we missed the train on Killer Instinct
So
so hard.
I bought it and I played it for a bit. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then when I played it yesterday, after knowing what the fuck my character's about, I'm like, oh, this is so much better than I thought it
Is
was.
this the original Killer Instinct?
No,
the new one.
the new one.
Double Helix.
yeah, the most recent
The
one.
most recent one? Okay.
The one that has like all the fucking like third-party characters like from Gears of War and Halo and shit.
Wait,
But,
Gears of War?
Yeah, General Ram's in there.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Fucking
crazy.
a Battletoad's in there.
The Arbiter's in it.
Yeah.
What?
Fucking who? There's.
We got Halo music in there.
Ooh.
It kind of sounds like that.
Ooh.
But yeah, so.
But heavy metal.
But also we got. We also have.
Oh man, we need Doom Guy.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
Doom
no,
Guy.
he'd be too brutal. For this teen-rated fighting game.
Oh, you're right.
But yeah, we also have somebody, Patrick, who's not like a competitive or a person who knows so much about fighting games. But you're very like
I still
I press
play them
buttons.
regardless.
I press buttons all the time.
There's only certain games where I know what I'm doing, and other games I'm just button smashing. But yet I still end up doing combos. For instance, like Smash Bros. or like what's the other game? Like Street Fighter and shit like that. Like I do know combos, but not as much as you guys do. So you guys will definitely murder me regardless.
Yeah. So a lot of the thing is like we're gonna answer a few of the questions today, and we're gonna ask some questions to Patrick because he doesn't know the ins and outs of video games and like his struggles if he were to ever try to get into it, what he would be intimidated by. And we're gonna try to like describe a few resources that you can look at or people you can follow to really get the gist of it, and people who really care about it who can like explain it in a very simplified way. So I'm gonna start with some of the suggestions I've seen online. A lot of people who are new to fighting games or who want to learn but don't have the patience or who don't understand the genre are like, it's intimidating. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
It's the wall to get in is very high,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have to be that high. because there's a lot of like games out there that are very like beginner friendly, where you don't really have to know, especially like you don't have to know execution, you don't have to know certain things. You just because there's actually a lot of different kinds of shortcuts. Like say with Dragon Ball, right? There's the auto combos, so you don't really have to worry about learning long combo strings.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about like playing piano on your fight stick.
Exactly. You can
to like figure out what to do.
You can mash square, and then all you really have to learn is, say, how to do quarter circle forward, quarter circle back, and the neutral game. How to get in.
But I feel like a lot of people, like they'll watch like a lot of new people who are into the scene or who are just looking at it from the outside. They'll watch like a fighting game tournament, hear a whole bunch of crazy terms.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure like if me and Arvin were to talk about fighting games, I know for sure you would be like half the shit that we're saying you wouldn't understand.
Probably, but I still.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I told Arvin this before. So Kid Blue's block string is incredibly hard, and it's more or less you need at least it gives you maybe one frame to react to any bullshit.
Right.
So he's got really good overhead pressure, and he does 50-50 mix-ups.
Mm-hmm.
What did you understand from that?
I heard block string.
So, see, there was a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of technical
but I
terms,
also heard that like he does that like a good amount of damage too. Like, but like
that's not the case.
Explain to me. What did you say?
So like, I'll break it down. So a block string is basically when your opponent is attacking you, but you're blocking the entire time. It is the entire combo, or that's happening to you while you're blocking. So in that moment, you can't physically do anything until he's done. That's like it's the entire combo that happens when you're blocking. That's a block string. 50-50 mix-up is putting you in a situation, or well, just 50-50 in general. Yeah. So it's putting you in a situation where there's only two options. Usually, you're forced between two options to take. Either, and in this case, for Kid Buu, it's either block high or block low. That's it. He's going to hit you regardless because he has advantage. Advantage is also like, he has priority on his next hit over you. What else did I mention? One frame?
Yeah, one frame.
That's just frames, because that goes into the animation stuff for fighting games.
That I understand.
Frames is it's the amount of frames that happen in an animation, and usually they segment it off to different sections.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like a lot of new people, like they'll hear these terms, and they'll be like, "What the fuck? This is gibberish." But then there's always new terms being made. Like I remember like a year or two ago, I never knew what Oki was.
I mean, Oki has been around for a long
time. It's been a
time.
long time, but like I never heard it until like 2 years ago when people started using it a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, what the fuck is Oki? And I'm like,
oh,
so that's just
Oki's
hitting
also,
somebody on the ground. Got it.
Yeah, Oki's also short for Okizami, which is like, I forgot what it actually means.
I think my favorite term is Rekka. That's always my favorite term. Is basically just doing quarter circle button, quarter circle button, quarter circle button.
Oh, even nowadays, it's like it doesn't even have to be a quarter circle.
It's basically a sequence of moves.
It's a sequence of moves where you have to press different buttons.
Yeah. So
that's all in like one special move.
Yeah. So it's a lot of like, if I have my own personal advice to give. Oh, so actually, hold on. Let's go to this. So Patrick, what is most intimidating to you about fighting games?
Like in what way though?
Like if you wanted to learn and be really, really good at a fighting game, what's holding you back?
I literally just say like,
if you had all the time in the world, by the way.
Just doing the advanced combos that you guys have been doing, especially in Dragon Ball Z. That's what's holding me back, and just the fact that like I'm not that great at fighting games. I just want to learn how to like
do all the flashy
do all the flashy combos, because I see people do it and I'm like, I'm gonna get fucking murdered. Like, you know, it's not even in our arcade game, our arcades, like for instance, I'll go to Dave and Buster's, whatever, and then I'll be playing fighting games there, and I see the people in front of me, I'm like, holy fuck, you know? I'm like, how are they doing this? And I go on, I'm just like hitting one, 2, 1, 2, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, how do you do this shit? You know? So that's the thing that holds me back. Is just like all the flashy stuff. I wanna learn.
So, flashy stuff. You know when that comes when a person's learning fighting games? Way late.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
You learn the first things that I would say people should learn is how to move properly in a fighting game, because when you play a fighting game, a lot of the times there's movement stuff that you didn't even know about.
Mhm.
Like, even I still learning how to like properly move and shit. Like yesterday I was
IEDs are
Yeah.
fucking hard, bro.
instant air dashes are in a lot of fighting games. So you have to do a quick movement, and it's like, I didn't even know you could do this properly. Yes.
what's an IED?
Instant air dash.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Basically, okay.
It's
So when
air
you're
dash
playing,
as low to the ground as possible.
Okay,
or as
okay.
quickly as
As
possible.
quickly as possible, yeah.
Usually, because in a lot of anime fighting games,
Mm.
you can do air dashing, and that's basically just a way to like move faster to your opponent in the air. Because if you play like Street Fighter, you can't air dash; you can only just jump.
Mm.
But in a lot of anime fighters, there's a lot more screen space, I guess. Because I
Yeah.
feel like in Street Fighter, it's a lot more
It's
closed.
also faster.
Yeah.
The move is a lot faster in general.
So it's just basically doing an air dash really quickly, like up, forward, and forward really quickly, and just learning how to do that, and that just helps you get better at some of the other stuff. It can help you evade and do stuff quickly. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know movement. Movement helps.
Oh yeah.
And then after you learn, okay, what do my buttons do? And then you figure out how your buttons work.
Mhm.
Like, punch. Okay, it's fast. And
and then also learning when to use what move.
yeah, there's also, and then after you start figuring out, like, okay, how can I use my buttons to help me get damage?
Mm.
So you figure out the spacing and stuff like that for it. So you figure out, like, where can I press my buttons? What's a good spot to press them? And then after, it's like, okay, now what do I do if I hit them?
And then that's when you can start.
That's when you
learning.
start learning the flashy shit, because it's just like, okay, once I get that hit, I can do my shit now.
It's my turn to play.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this right now to anybody who's looking to get into fighting games. You're going to practice. You practice a lot. Go to the training room is your best friend.
Yeah.
You will sit there for hours trying to learn something. And then you'll go online or whatever it is, you'll fight somebody.
Get your ass
beat to infinity and beyond. Go back to the training room. Figure out what shit you need to do. Then go back online. Get your ass beat. And then once or twice, you'll see a win. And that justifies everything. And you're just like, I did it because I learned how to fucking do it.
There's a lot of fighting games nowadays, at least anime fighters. I don't know about some others, but at least with Uniest, Under Night in Birth, they have like an amazing tutorial that not only teaches you like the specific game mechanics, it teaches you like how do you combo off of your long range poke? How do you combo off of
That's useful.
how do you combo off a stray, and if you do a stray anti-air, what do you do after that? It teaches you like, okay, you got them in a combo. On wake up, what to do. It teaches you what to do on wake up. It teaches you what to do off a knockdown. It teaches you like so much like fundamental shit. It's insane.
Yeah, because I feel like I think a big part of what's going to turn off a lot of new people is just getting their ass beat.
Because losing sucks.
Because, yeah, losing sucks, regardless of what you do. And the thing is, though, it comes with the territory of a fighting game. So if losing turns you off, then you're not going to enjoy the fighting game career until you start winning. And a problem I've seen with a lot of people, too, also, is they get too complacent once they reach a certain level, and they don't want to improve. So they start fishing for people they know they can beat.
Well, I think that goes into there's like this old study on skill mastery, and there's the bottom where you look at, you can't even see the summit. It's covered by clouds, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what's up there, so you learn, you train and you learn, and you climb that mountain. Then you get to the middle, and the middle is where you have is the most dangerous spot, because that's when you can see. You can see where how far you come. You have a decent understanding of what you're actually trying to do, but you also can see the summit, and you know your limits.
Yeah.
and you know
where the
you-
thing is.
you
the
know
top.
if you can get to the summit or if you can't, and that's all in how you see yourself. If you think you can make the summit, then you're fine. But when you're at that point where you can see it and you know what that summit is, that's where most people stop climbing, right?
Yeah.
That's what
And
separates
There's
casual players from like pro level players.
yeah. There's also the two mentalities when you're in the middle. There's the good mentality where you're just like, I'm happy with what I've learned and I'm proud of my accomplishment,
Yeah.
and I'm fine staying here
Yeah,
because I have no
That's
reason
how-
to go to a pro level.
and that's a healthy way.
That's a healthy way of thinking about it. But there's also the mentality where it's just like, I know I'm good enough, and I just want to validate that by picking on the weaker ones
Yeah,
and basically kicking them while they're down. And that's a toxic way for me
that's
that I
pretty
see.
fucked up. Yeah.
Because like there's a lot of people. One thing you're gonna, one of the other reasons why. Okay, because I dropped Dragon Ball Fighters for, not only because of the Kid Buu stuff that I just mentioned, because that is cancerous as all hell. That I have to basically take hits to avoid combo strings, which is weird to me.
Yeah.
It's foreign, but also the fact that even if you're winning, there's a lot of rage quitters. There's no punishment for them. There's just a lot of there's no respect for neutral. It's just very unga bunga, fucking caveman style.
I mean, okay, let's be real. Hey man, that's how I play. I feel very attacked right now.
Yours is like you're not like unga bunga. That was just Killer Instinct yesterday. We were both unga bunga. We were just pressing buttons. I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes in neutral I'll just spam light.
I saw that.
I was just like, it's gonna hit.
Bro,
it's gonna hit.
What do you do? All right, heavy. Counter hit.
We both got counter hits. There was one time where you counter hit me and then I counter hit you right after.
Yeah.
You didn't follow up. We both didn't follow up.
It was pretty bad, dude.
But that's like, you gotta have those game moments where you're just unga bunga. But Dragon Ball Fighters, imagine that every time you fight somebody.
Yeah.
Nobody has any respect for the neutral.
I mean, hey, at that
For
point.
or they don't care about like the footsies and like the mind games that go into it. Because that's what I enjoy, is just being like, what is he gonna press? And I think that's because I'm gonna kind of bring this back to Killer Instinct. That's what makes Killer Instinct so good. Because even when you're getting your ass beat in a combo, you can get out of it.
Yeah,
You can combo breaker, and combo breaker isn't like luck. It's all.
Yeah, you have to know what they're pressing.
You know, yeah. You look at what the character's doing. It's like if they're moving really fast, mash the light combo breaker. If their attacks are slow and heavy, then you hit the heavy combo breaker.
And then that's when they start mixing up their buttons.
And then they gotta mix up their stuff. So it becomes this weird, mind games is like, okay, how am I gonna enter my combo? How am I gonna continue it?
I definitely remember where I was doing light combo on you, and then the second I pressed medium, you did the light one.
And I was like, I knew what you were doing. You were going really fast. I was like light, and then you just switched it up last minute.
And I knew what you were doing, so I switched it up.
It's those moments where it's just like, I fucking know what he's gonna do, and even in Smash, like when the feeling you get when you have this gut feeling that someone's gonna do something, and you're like, I'm gonna set myself up to go into the position so that when he does it, I'm gonna hit him.
Dude.
And you hit the person, you're just like, I fucking read you like a book.
Dude, Ganon side B reads.
Those were
Chains?
ridiculous!
Yo, when I changed you like 3 times in a row, I'm like, bruh.
And the fucked up part was like, the worst is being on the receiving end because you're just like, I fucked up, and you have to watch it happen because you knew a split second after you made that decision that you fucked up. And like, it's those moments that I enjoy from fighting games. It's just like, it's the mind games and the like the upsets and the comebacks and all that stuff. That's what makes it worth it for me. It's not winning. It's just fucking enjoying those little moments. And that's why I'm like, after looking back, I was like, that's why I don't want to play Dragon Ball anymore. It's just because I don't get that same feeling that I do in other games.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, it's fine not liking some fighting games and preferring other ones.
It's like, I like Dragon Ball Fighters as a fighting game.
Yeah.
I just don't like what the online community has made it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's completely fine.
Yeah, man, hit up your locals.
Yeah, I don't know.
Always support your locals. Do we have
Oh,
locals?
speaking of which,
Man,
I want to shout out something that I just saw on Reddit the other
Okay.
day, after you, like, before you came over.
Okay.
And there is a, like, this is gonna be completely because, like, I love my home country.
Oh yeah.
But they're doing a Tekken tournament over there.
Oh yeah.
It's called Clash of the Olympians.
That's fucking dope.
It's not a huge tournament, but it's one of the biggest in Greece.
Mhm.
Like, it's the biggest in Greece.
Yeah.
And the prize pool is kind of meager.
As with all fighting games.
It's 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000. Which is like it's got sponsorships,
Oh okay.
which is nice because and like if you guys want, I'd say look at it. I hope that they stream it because I would watch it, even though I feel like anybody who I send there is gonna not understand anything because.
No, yes, I know.
But the entire site's in English,
Okay.
which is great, but it's on a Greek domain. And I say look at it if anyone's listening and they like fighting games and they want to see a tournament, because I support the idea because they want to there's like we have good players here and we want to showcase them, and I'm like that's great.
Yo. Okay. So. Coming off of that reminds me. Ever heard of a Tekken player called Arslan Ash?
No.
Okay, so this guy is from Pakistan, right? Apparently, Pakistan has actually the best Tekken players in the world.
Really?
India?
No, Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistan. Jesus.
But no one knew, because no one can leave the country.
That's the thing. Like there's
Like this man, he had to get a sponsorship. He had to like go through so much work to get his visa, and even then, his flight to I think it was Evo, Japan, was so fucked up that he ended up getting there so late that when he entered the venue, pool started.
Wow.
shit.
So he had to, and it was a 3-day travel trip. So he had 3 days of travel, entered the tournament with like little to no food or water, little
He
breaks,
played
and he won.
fucking champion.
He fucking won, and okay. The funny thing is that is in our finals. I think he was in losers. The grand finals on the winner's side was a Filipino player who went through a very similar thing too. He also had to like go through a lot of work and get through there. But we're talking about Arslan Ash because he won.
Yeah.
Not
That's
talking
the
about
other thing
the
that
other
sucks
guy.
is the other guy, even though he put in just as much work.
Yeah, and he got second.
Yeah.
Because Filipinos, dude, they're fucking Tekken's in their fucking blood.
Tekken is like in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know like Greece even had a Tekken scene until yesterday.
No, they're.
And I'm like, yo, if
there's-
I at any point I ever get big enough to sponsor something, I'm fucking sponsoring esports in Greece
yeah.
because I would support that shit because like that's my home country.
So Evo's in the States, right?
Yeah, it's a
States and Japan now.
Yeah, there's
As
one
like for a couple of years.
Where in the States is it? Like LA?
Mandalay Bay.
Vegas.
Oh,
Vegas. Right?
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
So I just found out, so when I used to work at Gap, I used to work with this Filipino lady. She was my supervisor. She's basically like my aunt. Like,
Yeah.
She treated me like her own. I found out that her son participates in Evo every year.
Seriously?
Yeah,
As a competitor or?
competitor.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And one of my other friends told me, he's like, yeah, so her son competes in Evo. I'm like, what?
How high does he place?
I'm not too sure. I didn't really get into it, but he told me that he
Okay.
competes in Evo. I was like, God,
That'd be nice because like
Oh,
it'd be a real big
He's an
accomplishment to get out
avid,
of pools.
he's like you
Yeah.
guys. Like he's an avid like gamer, man. Like
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
It's
Like,
just-
gaming is his life basically. Like
It's
I don't know what he does for a living, but like he's a avid gamer.
okay. So I'm just gonna list off a few resources for fighting games. There's always Reddit. Reddit's always a decent choice because usually Reddit's it's a mixed bag. Sometimes you get nice people. Sometimes you get really shitty people.
Don't go to our Kappa if you don't want the shit.
Yeah, just go like usually a lot of people in the FGC community for that, like r/FGC or r/fighting games.
Yeah.
Usually they'll like give you good suggestions on what games to start with if you want to learn, and a lot of those would be like stuff like Dive Kick,
That was very good.
fucking
A new one.
something Strike, Fantasy Strike.
Fantasy Strike is a good one. Metal Revolution, I believe, is
Yeah.
also that one's coming out. Another one's coming out is Grand Blue Fantasy. That one's actually really
Yeah.
good for learning.
So they usually give you like a decent start. It's like, hey, try this if you want to learn stuff.
Yeah, they tend to have like they're still like despite being simple, they're still like really deep fighting games.
Yeah, because but they focus on more of like the deep aspects of fighting games that
Yeah.
are inherent with
They
it.
give you shortcuts to like execution and stuff
Yeah.
like that. so you don't have to really like learn all that.
Yeah,
You
it's just
have to
more
learn-
like the mind games and the fundamentals.
Exactly, yeah. Which is
And I think that, like, that's just the thing that I enjoy about fighting games. Like, you know?
yeah.
It's fun to, like, when you know what you're doing and you understand what's going on, it's just more fun.
My fun is when I got you on disadvantage, and I don't know, and you don't know what I'm gonna do to hit you.
When is that? Because that happens a lot in many different fighting games.
Hey man, I'm just saying, my Minazuki in Ultimax.
Oh my
Man,
god,
man,
he'll
he'll
fucking teleporting
He will
bastard.
always find a way in. I don't care how long your spear is.
Listen, you love my fucking combo dog, my spear dog spear combos, my rekkas.
I mean, you're still crazy for learning a puppet character.
Yeah, he's interesting because like it's easier to learn him than most other puppet characters because like
Yeah.
these 2 buttons are dedicated for that character.
Mhm.
So you can kind of like do this, do that, do this, do that. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit more structured. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, okay, he's not that bad to pick up.
Mhm.
But Smash is a great fighting game to get into.
Oh yeah,
It's not as complex as more traditional fighters.
and you'll probably find a character you like.
And there's
Just
fucking
80,
so many
80
characters.
plus.
You'll probably have a main, as in like 2 or 3 sides
Yeah.
that you can play. And there's some characters that are similar and they look the same. And if you play Hero, you are fucking the definition of chaos.
Like Hero's great. I love Hero.
Fucking yesterday,
Never
you
banned him.
like if you were to watch us play Smash yesterday, we had like we had Hero. We were doing like this Russian roulette shit
Oh yeah.
where it's like if you get Kamikaze, you have to pick that. If you get Thwack, you have to pick that, and Whack, you have to pick that.
Yeah.
Anything else, and you go turn after turn. So it's like down B, Kamikaze.
Oh fuck.
You do it right away, and the other person can run away. The other person can do shit. But like the best is just you see Kamikaze, you hit it right away, and then try to make sure that they take the chip damage.
So then your wax and thwacks have higher chance of hitting.
Because
Isn't
Because
dumb
Thwack is literally like it has a chance of just instantly killing you.
Hero is definitely a broken character in Smash Bros. He's ridiculous.
He's controversial right
He's
now.
controversial, very controversial. I would say
There, a lot of people are saying ban him
because of
ban
because of
him.
because of how like
because he can kill you in 2 hits
Yeah.
in the right setup.
and it's also random, so you can't.
Yeah.
So it's hard to play around.
Because he's got like 20 moves that are random.
Yeah.
Also, like when we were playing against each other, if you saw Kaboom on or Kamikaze on your list,
Oh, fuck.
doesn't matter what stock. If you were the last stock and the other person's 2 stocks,
Nah.
you're using Kamikaze.
And no, if you,
Even
hit,
if you, whatever.
if you hit them, you fucking win.
Mm-hmm. Shit's great. Shit's great.
uh,
Fighting games are fun,
Fighting games are dumb.
but they're also really, really fun. Also, do you have any suggestions for people who want to get into it?
There's a channel called Bully Versus. He has a series where he just showcases like a lot of different fighting games. He goes through the process of this is kind of when you're a little intermediate, where you have some idea though, where he'll teach you, he'll tell you, he'll like go through the process of learning character and how to get better with that character. But he also has a lot of different videos of like beginner stuff. There's another guy. I forgot the name of his channel. There's a guy named Sajam, Sajam. He's a commentator, and he has a lot of different videos where he like teaches you the basics of like Street Fighter.
I think I've seen him before.
Yeah.
I've seen some of his videos.
Yeah, it's teaches like he does some India's videos. He does some Street Fighter, Killer Instinct. I believe he also does. I think also Gutex does some videos. This guy named Gutex. He's really big, really old school Street Fighter player.
Also,
Big fan.
if you want like general fighting game videos, you can also do Maximilian Dude.
Yeah.
He's kind of like I look at him as like the ambassador of fighting games.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like because I think he has the biggest following on YouTube for fighting
For
games.
fighting games, yes. Yeah.
He's at like 1 million something subs.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And-
Which is insane for fighting games.
Yeah, because he's like the figurehead, I guess.
Dude, he's
Unintentionally the figurehead, because he doesn't. I don't think he wanted to be, but he's like kind of taken that role.
Yeah.
And-
dude, he hangs out with Harada at fucking Evo.
And he hangs out with the directors. Like
Yeah.
I just saw his Evo videos, and like Harada's like, "Hey, yo, you see the Guilty Gear trailer? This shit was sick." And I was
Yeah.
like,
What?
"All right." And this guy knows like Ed Boon from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Like he's got connections in the industry, and he's just like, "I'm gonna use those to help like bring games that people really want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I respect him because he's like, from all of this stuff that he's done, he's a really good dude.
Mm.
Dude. Like literal dude. That's his name. Maximilian Dude.
With 2 O's.
Yeah, and he has a few videos on like getting into fighting games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to piggyback for Willie Versus, he also has a video explaining the basics of fighting games.
Yeah.
And like what you generally need to know. He even goes into stuff like number pad notations.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's real like that's not obscure, but that's like a little thing that people should learn to make it easier to describe
I
stuff.
think it's mostly used in anime fighters, but
Yeah.
it's still low.
But you can translate it to most other things.
Yeah, you can.
Anything 2D. Fucking Tekken would be nuts. I don't know how people do numpad rotation with Tekken.
I think each of the buttons are a number 1 to 4, and then it's like 4. Like F4 will be forward, forward, forward.
Oh, okay,
something
that makes
like
sense. Okay. Do you feel enlightened, Patrick,
I do.
for fighting games?
I do. Like I said, there's only a couple of like certain fighting games that I actually like playing and I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Marvel vs. Capcom, Mortal Kombat, Tekken. Those 3 games I'll actually play constantly. But like Smash Bros and all that, like I'm not too comfortable with that.
Because
Yet,
like
you know what I mean? Like
I've seen you like when you play some fighting games like I remember way back when we played Tekken Tag 2 when I got that on the
Jesus,
Wii U.
yeah.
And we would do the run through arcade mode together, and like you took the time to learn some strings with character with fucking martial law or it was
Martial law and Hariwang, was it too?
Hwarang.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was Jin and Jun.
Oh wow.
Jun Kazama.
Yeah.
She has really good like cool moves, and I was like, I like her.
All right. Hey man, if you like the mom, that's cool.
Yeah, well, mom and son.
Yeah.
But she was I remember playing and he was like learning strings and he was using the strings. And like he was doing like the backflips and shit, and I was just like, yeah.
You know.
See, like Patrick, when he wants to get involved, he gets involved.
Mm.
That's the thing with him in fighting games. Like you're not like you don't have a reason to go like competitive or learn the inner details of fighting. You just want to play it.
Mm.
Oh, also if you want some real fun, go follow up Scrub Coats on Twitter.
Yeah.
Man,
and don't be like that, but also laugh at that.
No, that's
Laugh
fun.
at that.
That's funny.
He's just like, I don't like this character because it's a shitty character. It's like, alright, that doesn't make any sense.
Or bitch ass punk, you suck at this game, guy who lost.
You should have seen me when I was playing Fighters with Patrick here.
Mm-hmm.
How much I was raging against
Nico,
that kid. You could literally
you got solved.
find a scrub quote from that.
Yeah.
Nico almost threw his controller at the wall.
Not. Well,
When did we chill?
I said something really, really bad.
Was it the last Sunday when we did
Yeah,
the
it was
podcast?
last Sunday after
Yeah.
the podcast.
He said some really bad stuff.
Like, it was like...
I've never seen him this frustrated in my life, and I was scared for my life.
Because, okay, you want to know what it is? You want to know what it is? I was like, I'm not as patient as I was when I was in high school. When I was in high school,
Which is ironic, actually.
Yeah, which is, like, I used to be like, I could handle all the bullshit. Like, I didn't really care.
Mhm.
Like, it didn't... But now that I'm older and I've been through shit, and, like, I've been through stuff in my life, and I'm just, like, I don't have as much time for bullshit anymore. And to be fair, like, I don't think, like, I'm bad when I'm angry. Like, I'm just like, okay, I need to cool off. I need to, like, vent. I need to, like, do shit and get rid of this.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, like, for example, when Julius was legit cheesing me in Smash, it wasn't because of, like, I was even admitting, I'm like, listen, it's not Julius's fault. It's my fault because I'm getting way too salty and I'm letting it affect me for no reason.
Detox.
Yeah, and I was playing bad as a result of me being salty.
It was a vicious cycle.
And it's one of those things where it's like salt equals bad plays, and you get mad because you're playing bad, and it just makes you more salty, and you keep playing worse because of it, and it just stacks until eventually you're like, I need to step away. So salt is a big thing. It happens in fighting games.
It's fine. Just know when to recognize it and like you just gotta put the controller down sometimes and walk away.
So we're having a blast with fighting games, right? And fighting games are fun.
Yeah.
But what about other games?
Do we
you know.
Do you play other games? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't play other games.
Man, do they even matter though? Like.
But then we'll go into our next segue, and our topic.
Oh yeah, next one. Very smooth.
Very smooth. Such smooth, much buttery. And this is another new segment that I've thought of
Oh shit.
earlier this week.
Open the game!
It's a hypothetical, my dude.
Okay.
And this hypothetical, we talk about something something I came up, like, I was looking at a Reddit post, and it was basically like, oh, it's one of those things, like, it sounds like one of those generic Facebook posts where it's like, oh, this person is trying to kill it. You have one person from the most recent video game you played is trying to kill you. These are your people you can use to help you survive. Who would you pick? But this one's a little, I've kind of changed it and added rules and made a whole thing for it.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of describe to you guys the scene.
Okay.
This is going to get a little bit D&D-ish.
Alright.
Because I want to practice my storytelling for D&D. But, so...
I respected this being efficient.
Yeah. So you have a magical deity approaches you with an opportunity.
Right.
It's a very different opportunity.
Sounds like a shitty isekai, but alright.
You must spend one real-world week in a video game of your choice.
Uh-huh.
If you die in this game,
You
die in real life.
Oh shit.
And let me say this right now: dying counts as any kind of game over. Even if it's a game with multiple lives, you only have technically one life. The moment you die in that game is death.
Yeah.
And this also counts for stuff like Pokemon. If you white out, you die.
Okay.
And anything that will cause a lose condition will kill you.
Okay.
So you have to spend a real world week in it. And but here's the catch. At the end of the week, when you exit the game, you take with you whatever you earned.
Okay.
So, and it's literally anything from like your character's physique, their abilities, and whatever it is they translate as best as it can to our real world situations. Even items, if you have like, I went into in-depth detail about like the rules and stuff like that. You can't use pre-existing saves from any games that you choose.
Okay.
So you can't start at the end of the game and just whatever you earn you bring back. You have agency, but you can't affect the story. So you can't change the outcome of the story, but like when it comes to relationships with characters and stuff like that, you can. You can talk to them and build relationships and stuff like that. But like whatever, if it's affected to the story, it won't, like that relationship won't affect the story.
So do you become a character in the game, or are you just inserted?
Here's the thing. I was getting to that. If you're a game that has you create a character, the character is created to resemble closely to you.
What the?
And then you get put into the world as the main character.
Okay.
If you were in a game that has an established character, you become that character.
Okay.
The main character. You are always the main character. Whoever player one is usually.
And what game is this?
Any game. This is whatever game you want for one real world week.
Oh, good.
You can. Games with large inventories. All items you can't physically carry will drop safely in a wide radius when you return to the real world.
Okay.
So, yeah. You keep techniques, fighting styles that the characters have, and you will be just as proficient as they are yourself.
Okay.
Your physical appearance and body will be changed when you leave to closely match the character you ended the week with.
Oh, that's gonna be weird.
Yeah, so if you come back as Kratos or some shit, you'll have a huge-ass beard, you'll be really jacked, but you'll still be your height, and it'll look proportional to what you would normally look like.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, so assume there is a logical reason for your abilities to work in the real world.
Okay.
Also, don't assume your abilities will react the same way in the real world that it does in the video game.
Okay.
You can stall on one screen, in-game, and for the entire week.
Okay.
That is an allowed rule. You don't have to there's no progression point that you have to hit.
You don't have to actually play the game.
Yeah, you don't have to actually play the game. You can literally just be like, I'm just going to chill in this menu where it's completely safe.
Yeah.
And menus will appear as like a HUD for you.
Yeah.
So it'll be like an overlaid screen, and characters won't really question anything. If you bring a character back, specifically one in like any kind of game that requires any social elements,
Yeah.
the character will see you as the main character of that game, and only they will see that.
Okay.
So it's to keep continuity with them, so that when you bring them into the real world, they'll just like, they'll understand that they're in a different world, but they'll just be like, oh, I'm just with the person I've always seen.
Sure. Okay.
So it's like some crazy shenanigans happen. Also, if you can cheese it, do it.
Yeah. Cheat. Cheat as much as
Do
possible.
whatever you can. General rule of thumb is that if you are safe in a game, if a game is tended to, like, there's no real lose condition for the game, it's generally probably going to have less rewards for you to get.
Okay.
Because it's not going to be as focused on anything that could potentially kill you. And no game is a bad idea. You retain your knowledge of it when you come in. So if you know anything about a game when you come in, use that to your advantage.
Okay.
And then some of the last rules is any game that has stats. So character stats will translate to you in a different way than physically changing your body. So if you have a character that's like a brawler,
Mm-hmm.
and his stat, he doesn't look like he's really strong, but he does like big damage, big number, that will translate in real life. So you will look scrawny and weak, but when you hit something, it'll hit really hard.
Okay.
So think about it like this. If you get 100 strength in a game, it translates 100 times your physical strength.
Right. Okay.
So you'll effectively have superpowers when you come at the end of it.
Right.
And it'll try to resemble and closely match how it was in the game. So now we get on to some of the things that happen at the end of the week. Anything you were touching will also come back.
Okay.
So if you were touching, say, like a car, or you were in a vehicle, that will come back.
Okay.
I already said about the person. If you were touching anything important, an incomplete item or a quest item, that will also come back as long as anything related to that.
Okay.
So for example, if you have like, find these pieces of this item, it'll bring those pieces to the real world near you. So that it's like, okay, you don't have to go look for it.
Right.
And quest items, you don't get the quest line, you just get the quest item, but it will function as if you're still doing the quest.
Okay.
And something that, because I know that this could happen, if you have a special dimension that you need to go to perform specific tasks,
Okay.
the characters will be in that specific dimension and it will come through, but they will not question the fact that they're in a real world. They'll just think that you're still doing the main thing,
Stuff.
and they'll just be like, whatever, we're here to help you until you finish your job.
Okay.
Even if you're gonna be a 70-year-old man coming in, they'll just be like, we'll just still help you because you need to finish your job. And I'm trying to like say that very specifically. Like, if you can legit bring back cars,
I think I know what.
or even mythical creatures. So if you're in Final Fantasy and you're riding a big fucking chocobo, you will bring that motherfucker back, and it'll be a new species in this world.
I mean, it's also the one, so I don't think it'll like thrive.
So that's the general consensus. I also have more rules if it's going to be on a per thing basis depending on what you guys pick.
Mm-hmm.
So have you guys thought of anything in the entire time I've been explaining the rules, or do you want me to go because I've thought of a bunch of them?
All right, Patrick, what you got?
Do you guys need time? Because I can pick this up and
I got one.
Do you have one?
Not really. But you can go.
Do you want me to go? Do you want me to? You guys need time to flesh out your shit?
Oh no, I got one.
Okay, you go first. I want to go mine's after.
Yeah.
Also, the one more rule: you can't pick the game that the other person picked.
Okay. Second one first then. Fire Emblem 3 Heroes, three houses. You know
Okay,
why?
alright.
You know why? I come back. I could rewind time.
Yeah, that's a good option.
Yeah. No, I don't give a shit about anything else. Like if I grind for money, I guess money's always good. I could rewind time. Fuck it. That's insanely broken.
So how are you gonna get around? So I'm gonna assume because you get to start the game.
I'll be a teacher. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'll be a teacher for a week. 1 week.
it's one real world week. So
Yeah.
in game it'll probably be like 4 or 5 months, depending on how fast you
That's
go.
true. Yeah.
Well, I think I might have one, but I'll talk
That's
about
fine.
it.
That's a few months. That's a little bit into the story. It's not too bad. Nothing crazy happens yet.
Yeah, but you can also do some shit because you can actually learn proficiencies in weapons, right?
Yeah.
And you can take that with you into the real world.
Exactly. And I can
And
level
whatever
up.
weapons you have.
And I can level up.
Yeah. And you get stats, and they can translate. And you even get a charisma stat, so
And I get magic.
even if you don't, like, get crazy, you'll be like...
I just have tea time with people and I get charisma.
No, but the funniest thing is, like, you could just be like, hey, I like you, and someone will just find you really, really enticing when you say it.
That's kind of weird. That's almost like like mind control magic-y.
Yeah, because well, it's charisma.
Yeah.
That's how charisma works in RPGs. Okay, so I have a few because I was like shower thoughting this, and the first one I came up with as I would do Dragon Ball Fighters
Okay.
Why?
because having Dragon Ball Z powers in real life is fucking broken.
Well, yeah, but you can't really show it off, or else people are like, what the fuck is that?
I don't care. I'll fucking
Oh, okay.
I'll be Earth's protector, damn it. And but I thought of a thing. It's like, okay, to make it 100% safe, I'll just stay in training room the whole time.
Just have a ball time train for it.
No, because you don't get the world's properties. You get whatever the game is offering.
No, I mean within the game. Oh no, wait.
There's
no
no
hyperbolic time train, right?
hyperbolic time chamber. So I'll just go into the training room. I can spend
For a week.
literal week, pick like Goku Blue and like 2 other characters that I don't give a shit, but maybe Krillin
Yeah.
because I can get sensu beans. And I'll do towards the end of the week, like I'll practice with the character, and then at the end of the week, I'll try to summon Shenron, and then hold on the screen where you have to make a decision.
Oh yeah, so when you come in, you have to make. You can make
So when I come in, but here's the thing, I'm only given those 4 choices.
so you,
One of them is immortality, and one of them is revival.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's going to be an issue is I would need a Dragon Raider.
Yeah.
At some point, but it's not that big of a deal. I think one of those also make me rich.
Oh yeah.
So I have 3 options that I really want covered, and I'll have upon coming back, Goku's powers because I'm not physically touching the other characters. They're just in my party.
Yeah.
I don't need. They don't come back with me, but I will have Goku's powers, which means all of his forms and all of his abilities.
Not instinct. You don't have instinct.
I don't have Ultra Instinct. I don't need that.
Depends on which.
But I will have
Goku you're
Sparking.
playing.
I will have Sparking Blast.
Okay, no, but it depends on which Goku you're playing.
I pick Blue
You pick blue, okay. Then.
because I'll have Kaioken and Kaioken Blue.
Yeah.
So I'll have like all of that covered, and I was thinking maybe I could touch Krillin and bring him back with me, so I can get the sensu beans.
Or you just take his beans. Who cares?
But that's the thing. I don't have. Oh, I do have agency, so I could.
Yeah.
But not like super agency. So
You just take like a handful of beans and,
Yeah.
and try to plant them.
yeah, that's not too bad. So the sensu beans would be a good instant curative. So if anybody I know has cancer, just take that
No, you don't.
sensu bean, and I'll toss you a sensu bean. Fix your shit.
I know. Don't worry about that.
So does this have to be a game that we actually already own?
No,
Or-
just
I understand.
any game that you know of. It helps to know, like, what the game's about or what's in the game. Because remember, you gotta spend a real life week in there. Not in-game week, a real world week. You have like I'm gonna assume, for the ease of use, like you have a little timer, or like a way to tell the time in real world. So you can kind of gauge shit. You also don't get hungry because it's in video game logic. You don't need to eat.
What?
I'm gonna eat a fuck ton.
Because you need to make bonds with your students, so you're gonna be eating so much.
I mean,
This is my favorite dish. How did you know? The screen told me. The screen told me you really like this.
I could either do like, God of War, or The Witcher.
Okay, yeah.
I'd say God of War would be a sick choice
Yeah.
because you get God powers.
Exactly. That's why I had
And a
that in
sick
mind.
axe. And a sick
A
axe.
sick axe.
That comes back to you,
Yeah.
and depending on how far you get in the story,
And I have a son that could actually fight for me if I can't fight.
Oh, you're gonna bring Atreus?
Yeah, I will bring Atreus. Boy. Boy. Or, sorry, Atreus, or should we call him, Loki?
yeah, technically.
Yeah.
Spoilers! If you haven't played God of War,
Oh,
the
shit.
the 1-year-old, 2-year-old game.
2006, 2016, right?
Flip 3. Yeah, because it was announced, like, after the Pro was announced, I think?
I'm pretty sure it's 2016.
Yeah, because that's when the Pro
That's
was
3
announced.
years.
Yeah,
3 years.
Damn.
Because once they announced the PS4 Pro and they did, like, the 4K and all that shit, that's when they announced God of War. It was that, I think it was the E3 before that or the E3 that year, I'm not too sure. But I remember they announced it, like,
You know,
Yeah.
we have this technology.
So I was talking with a few people at work about this, and someone brought the brilliant idea of doing Spider-Man.
I was about to say that too. I was about to say
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Because Spider-Man is like basically, so he was just like, the only thing is I'd have to bring as much web fluid as I can.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I'll be Spider-Man.
No,
And you
wait,
keep the suit.
wait, no. Will you be as smart as Spider-Man?
Yes.
Which
Okay,
suit
then it doesn't matter. You just make your own because you're as smart as Spider-Man now.
Yeah, but
Which
like you
suit
don't know
is
if the
that?
properties of that world are. It's very similar. I think.
Probably.
Which suit did he choose?
It depends. Like some people said they made their own.
Oh, okay, no, it came out last year, never mind.
It came out last year.
Yeah, it came
I
out.
figured. So it was a year old.
Yeah, it's
It came out 2017 or 18.
18.
Really? Because it went on sale quick on Boxing Day or Black Friday.
Well,
what
it
on
was
Boxing
usually
Day?
like this regular sales.
Okay, because it came out early 2018.
Oh,
So like by
right.
then it was a few months. It was like
Yeah.
a few months too.
So yeah, Spider-Man was one of them. RPGs was another one.
Yeah,
If you-
anywhere where you could grind.
Yeah. So I was thinking you were gonna go for Persona.
That'd
That'd be a good second option. And that's what I meant with the whole parallel dimension. You can bring
Yeah,
the
I
Zelda
figured.
with you.
Yeah,
And
and it's because I'm like, yeah, I'll have Arsene. Fuck it, that's what.
yeah, and then the only thing is like, you won't be able to bring the metaverse with you.
Which is,
But the trade off is because you get still use your Persona, whatever.
Yeah.
And
But you
but
guys
the only
do-
thing is you won't be able to really like, unless you have a really full compendium, you won't be able to get new and fuse new.
Yeah.
But you can also take back the money that you get from in the game. It won't translate that well because it's yen.
no,
But
but okay, you get a crazy amount of yen though.
yeah, but like okay, let's
You
do
get
the
millions.
research. How much
Would
is
you,
a million?
would
yen?
you guys do Super Smash Bros. Or Super Mario?
Super Mario.
I mean,
You get a lot of points. You
you can get a lot of coins, but at the end of the day, you gain weight.
get.
You have to wear like
But
a
you can
hat and
jump
shit.
really fucking
You
high.
you could be a basketball player, but like
Okay, no, but if you had the fire flower.
Oh, you're good.
yeah,
shoot fireballs.
either that or you no. I don't know if with the Starman like make
No,
you.
because it's
He
time.
wouldn't make you in
No,
it's time,
it's
right?
timed. Yeah, it's timed.
Oh, yeah,
No.
it is time.
Oh no, but if someone punches you while you have the fire flower, you can't use fire flower anymore.
Right. 'Cause it disappears.
So Mario is not the best choice.
And then if you get
you only go there for money
Yeah,
grinding.
and then if you get
And
punched
mobs.
again,
You get shorter,
yeah, so if you get punched again without the firefly, you get shorter, and you're screwed.
and then you're dead.
Basically.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Mario, like, if you can not get hit for the rest of your life, and then you can get a shit ton of money.
So a million yen is
That's a shit ton.
$12,000 Canadian.
That's a lot of fucking money.
If you okay, what's the max? Is 9 million yen?
9,900,000, you know.
9. Right? That's a good amount of money.
Dude,
That's not bad.
You're good.
That's, you know,
You're good for the rest of your life.
it's like what, 124 million?
Yeah.
What?
I think that's what it says.
124
There's
million.
3 commas.
Yeah. 120 per million. On the
And-
dot, or looking on the dot, I mean.
The dot is just 0
Yeah.
flat.
So you're good.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot of money. Just
Just
grind
for-
Reaper for a bit on the
Well,
fucking cold.
Okay, well you have to like. Do you have enough time to get there in a week? To get that far?
You'd have to skip cutscenes. And I don't know if you can do that on the first playthrough.
No, you can.
You can? Oh, that's easy then.
Just press the button.
Cutscenes take like so long.
Yeah.
You just like, and plus when you do dialogue, you fast forward.
Like, yeah, I got you. Okay, bye.
All you just see is like VHS recording going forward,
Yeah.
and you're just standing there.
Oh shit,
Okay, got it.
Oh, I forgot. I just say something.
Yeah, you just get the dialogue choices, and you pick that, and then you voice it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, dude.
I was like, hey, how come we're not buying anything new? No, I need the money.
Yeah, let me do that again. Because maybe they added more zeros than they needed to. Oh, that's just $124,000.
That's still pretty good.
That's like, that's not a house, but that's a good amount of money.
Yeah.
You can do stuff with that.
Honestly, just invest that and shit.
Yeah, so $124,000, pretty good for 9999999 Japanese yen. I feel like gold would be a better trade-off.
Oh yeah, and I can reverse time. That's broken. But I have to hang out with this little girl hanging out in my head. That's kind of weird.
Until the plot
No,
significant thing happens.
That is not. It's not far enough. I don't think a week is enough.
I mean,
Then my hair will be green now.
you underestimate how fast people can beat video games. I mean, it didn't take me that long to get through my first story playthrough.
Yes, but I also
It took me a couple days.
Hey man, I had work and I had school.
Yeah, I had work.
I had 2 things.
Well, you're not gonna have that when you go in the game for a week.
Oh, so
It's all the game.
Oh, this is assuming. Okay, I could get a Calipar.
You could probably get through 2 playthroughs
Yeah.
in 1 week.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to pick easy casual
Easy
mode.
But here's the thing: if you die, you die.
If I still die, I die. But casual
But
mode.
you can just like for every like paralog or whatever, just put yourself as a
Adjutant.
adjutant.
Adjutant, yeah.
Okay, so another one that I was thinking of would be something simple. Like I thought also Breath of the Wild would be a pretty good choice because I'm assuming rupees are gonna translate to rupees in the real world.
Indian rupees?
No, like
The gems.
the gem rupee.
Okay, yeah, then
Or the
you're good.
rupee. And those look so 500 rupees. 500 rupees. That's
Yeah.
a lot of rupees. And different colors too. So that's gonna translate really well. Also, I don't get time stop or time reversing powers, but I get time slowing down.
Yes.
So
If you dodge something.
if I dodge anything,
As
and then I can move really, really fast.
No, it has to be in the right frames though.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just like kind of just before they try to hit you, just like shift yourself,
Yeah.
which isn't that bad. And I'll have like a decent.
I also have a
Physique.
tablet.
Yeah, and I'll have a tablet that can give me magnetic powers. I can
Bombs.
summon bombs for whatever reason. Different shapes, a square bomb and a circular one.
Because why not?
I can also stop time for an object and then
hit that
smack it and like punch it a lot and then
Build
watch it go
powers.
fly.
Yeah.
And I'll have a shitload of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna assume their durability is not gonna be the same in the game. It's gonna be real life durability of what that weapon would be. So it's not gonna break in like 10 hits.
Yeah.
And all of the outfits. And because I hope that the game will be the DLC. If I can get that far in that time.
Did you get the motorcycle?
Oh yeah, and the Master Sword.
Yeah,
A sword that
Master
only works with me. And if I'm fully healthy, I can shoot lasers.
Oh, you know what? So you'll know if something's wrong when you swing it and no lasers come out. It's like, I need to go see a doctor, man.
Also, I can make potions and shit that make me physically stronger.
Yep.
Physically harder to kill. And for some reason, immune to electricity or fire or...
And not only that, we also have the knowledge to make that.
And I can cook whatever dish by only using like 5 ingredients.
Yeah.
I want a cake, give me some butter, give me a stick of butter, give me some milk, a jug of milk, give me some eggs, give me whatever. Just jumble it into a pot and it just works. Yeah. Also, I don't know how health's gonna work. Because I'll have, like, in the game I'll have hearts.
I would assume it'll just make you more resilient.
Yeah.
Take more damage.
And also I'll have the abilities if I can get that far from
Yeah.
the champions. A shield that protects me from getting hit.
A super jump.
A super jump. A paraglider too.
Yeah.
I'll also get an ability so that the moment I die, I'll come back with a lot of health and some extra.
Yeah.
And some extra health. I don't know how that's gonna translate. Do I just like when I get hit, it doesn't hurt until a certain point?
No, it's still. You still think the hit's done.
Like it's still okay. It still hurts, but it doesn't physically affect me.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And yeah, I think, and I may have a fairy in a bottle.
Yeah.
And that'll be a fucking anomaly in
That'll
and
be
of
3
itself.
lifetimes.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Well, also, the revive is on a timer, so actually you're like functionally.
I'm immortal.
Immortal, yeah.
And the only way I think I could properly die is through I'm gonna assume through like old age. So like I can't die from unnatural means. So if somebody shoots me and it would physically kill me, I would just come back.
Yeah.
At least once every what? Like
2
in game
hours.
is like 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Is it minutes?
I think so,
Okay.
from what I remember in game. And then if you have the DLC, it gets shortened to
Oh,
like
yeah.
2 minutes.
Oh, that's broken.
I'm unkillable unless you kill me within
Really
2
fast.
minutes.
Which is possible.
Which is doable.
If someone knows, it's possible.
If someone knows my powers.
But
Also, if I for some reason try to swing a sword like this
Yeah.
and like hold it for a bit, I can make lightning appear.
Yeah.
And if I get far enough, I can get a motorbike that runs off of parts,
Yeah.
like random metallic parts and gears.
Just feed it.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. Either that or I can
What
come
game
with
is
the
this?
Force. This is Breath of the Wild. And I get a tablet, can do anything.
So wait, how does
Take
Kratos?
pictures.
What do we say? So okay,
If
if
you're-
you choose God of War and I'm Kratos, how do I die, or how can I die?
Well, technically, Kratos can die in game, unless you have the revival stones.
Yeah. But,
You have that.
but someone else has to do it.
Yeah, but if you're bringing
Oh yeah,
Atreus
Atreus,
back,
yeah,
he can do it.
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah,
he does
sure.
it,
Yeah, and he has to do this weird
Yeah.
stab you with it. Also, you have Spartan Rage,
Right.
and you can recover your health like
Yes,
that.
I can.
And that charges the more you
Is-
beat the
but
shit
the
out.
only thing
The
is
thing
Spar-
is, you have to beat the shit out of
Yeah,
someone.
it's the thing. For Spartan Rage, I have to beat the shit out of someone. So if you're in my way, I'm beating the shit out of you.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You
I'm
also
sorry.
you
I'm
also
kidding.
get a shitload of powers.
The thing is,
because
does he
you
have
get,
like
like-
magic too? That he does magic.
Yeah, he can do like weird ice magic. He can do
Some
Fire
fire
magic.
magic.
But that's only if you have your weapon.
yeah.
Right, because the fire is the blades, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the
The
axe?
fire is the blades.
Yeah, and then the axe is the ice.
The axe is ice stuff. And sometimes if you have whatever you have, like an item rune or whatever you have equipped, you can restore your health.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other different ones that you can get.
Oh, you also have, if you dodge at the right time, you also slow down time.
Right.
Yeah.
And-
right.
Yeah,
you
you
have-
can
you have
if
to
you
try.
if you hit somebody with your shield,
Can Kratos?
and you can like send a projectile.
Can't Kratos jump pretty high too?
Yeah.
He's got good hops.
Yeah.
You're
I mean-
also insanely strong, and you can
His legs are
move
deep,
mountains.
I can move mountains.
Yeah.
That's right.
Literally.
Because that's fucking serpent. That's right. You're right.
Also, what else? You'll have an epic beard.
I also get annoyed by his story.
The
by
only
his
thing is-
stories.
Yeah. Also, if you get far enough in the game, you can have a talking head
Just chilling on
But-
your ass.
that's that you can hang off of you. That'll teach you like they'll tell you
Everything.
stories and shit.
yeah.
But with a sick accent.
And you'll have ancient Norse money, which you could sell to museums and shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I could also fight Thor's sons.
And, yeah.
I think the biggest thing will be an axe that you can throw and it'll come back to you. That's
It's
probably
basically, it's
sick.
basically Mjolnir, but it's an axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick. But still, till this day, his blades will always be my favorite weapon. I love
Yeah.
his blades. What do they call them? The blade of...
Blades of Chaos.
Blades of Chaos.
They will always be sick.
Oh my god, they're amazing.
And you can swing that thing like it's nobody's business. Because you can do all the combos in real life
Yeah.
perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing that I was talking with somebody at work that I suggested, I was like, yo, you could do like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Pick your power.
Pick your poison.
Pick your
your
power.
poison, yeah.
Spend a week in the first area.
Just grind.
Grind, like figure out how it works.
Who would you
Grind
pick
it.
if you're Marvel Ultimate? Who would you
That's the
pick?
thing. There's so many characters. But I would be a basic bitch and pick Spider-Man or Deadpool.
Deadpool's on Marvel.
But the thing-
Deadpool's never Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, he was
No, he wasn't.
in the first
Was
one.
Yep.
Oh
that's
yeah.
You could even be Blade in the
Yeah,
first one.
Blade. I usually picked.
I mean, Blade is not a bad choice.
Who did I pick? I usually picked.
You don't turn black. That's weird. But then you don't turn black. You're just a half vampire, half human dude.
Who did I usually? I think I picked like Wolverine and Iron Man.
No, I
mostly.
just picked Doctor Strange.
Well, Doctor Strange is fucking
Yo,
boss.
you get time powers.
Or wait, I don't remember. Was the Scarlet Witch in it?
Yes.
Okay, Scarlet Witch is actually the most broken character.
There's a bunch of
Technically, okay. Have you watched Endgame with me, right?
yeah.
Arvin, have you watched Endgame yet?
I don't think I was
Okay.
there.
So you know,
Was it there?
There's all of us.
no, remember we watched my cousins, me and you.
Oh yeah. I think you guys watched it some separately with other people.
Yes.
Or I may have watched it again with you guys. I don't know.
No, you did.
I did.
Yeah, I remember you guys invited me, but I couldn't go that day. I was supposed to go with you guys.
Okay.
Anyways, so there's that scene in Endgame where Scarlet Witch and Thanos were fighting each other,
Yeah.
and Scarlet Witch was like, "You took everything from me," and Thanos was like, "I don't even know you," and she goes, "Oh, you will."
Yeah.
And she did all that shit. So the directors held back on Scarlet Witch. In reality, they said, and in the comics, Scarlet Witch is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, Marvel character ever.
Yeah,
She's Magneto's daughter, and she has stupid powers.
Okay.
She could have ripped Thanos
She's got
apart.
weird psychic shit.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
fully
okay,
understand
okay,
it because I
okay.
don't know her.
Okay, do you know how her powers work?
That's the thing. I don't remember.
At least in the comics.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, so it's technically luck manipulation.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
what are the chances of a portal opening up right now in front of you leading to the dark dimension? Oh, it's 100% now. And then it just happens.
That's broken.
It's fucking dumb.
It's broken.
Once you understand how her powers work, it's fucking stupid. And she's also Doctor Strange's apprentice. She has extra magic bullshit.
Yeah, because fucking Doctor Strange is like, I couldn't just put you in an infinite loop if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is about being Doctor Strange, if you were to get into a war like that, remember what he did? He saw a vision.
Yeah.
He saw 14 million visions, and only one of them. Only one of them they won.
But he only did that with the time stone, though.
Yes.
But you will have the time stone because
You
you're
will
Doctor
have
Stone.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
because you're the protector of the time stone.
Yeah. That's why in Endgame, when they got the time stone from the ancient one, Hulk was Banner was telling
I love it. It's like you're not supposed to. He's not supposed to meet me until like years from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then the ancient one was like, I'm keeping this for a reason, and then I gave it to Doctor Strange, and then Banner was like, oh, he gave it away, and she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, he gave it away. And she's like,
Oh, he wouldn't have done it unless he
yeah,
had a
he
good
did it,
reason.
so she gave it to him, and I'm like, okay, what the hell?
Yeah, I guess
Also,
so.
there was another.
I just love the part where he goes up to Tony and he's just like, one.
Yeah.
One. Oh no, Tony's like, hey, doctor, you told me that you saw a vision of
If
14
one, no,
only
it's 14 million in one, right?
And
he's
right?
like,
he's like, yeah.
yeah.
He's like, so?
This is one.
How do we do it? How we? So what
He's
is
like-
it? He's like, if I tell you, it won't happen. And from that moment, I knew, I'm like, oh my god, my heart, he's gonna
He's
die.
dead.
He's gonna die.
Yeah,
Oh, he's-
I knew at that
Oh.
moment like he's dead.
But there was an Easter egg that someone.
Endgame spoilers, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
That's more.
Yeah, that's big spoilers. I already saw.
You're so bad at this shit. You're so bad.
But there's one Easter egg I wanted to tell you
I
guys
feel
about.
bad for anybody who's watching this. Who's like, I haven't watched Endgame yet, even though. It was
a God of War.
God of War. Or yeah, anyways.
Game of Thrones. I don't think it mattered. The last
Yeah,
season.
it's
shit,
a fuck.
But there was an Easter egg in Endgame. Someone spotted it out on Reddit, where you know how they went back. You know how bad Nebula came back.
Yeah.
So she saw the screen of trying to bring Thanos into the future, right, or present time. In one of the option, like one of the things on the screen, it said someone went to 2099. No one knows who it was, but there was one that said 1990 whatever, 2000 with the Battle of New York. But someone went to 2099
Yo,
into the
Spider-Man?
future.
Yo, we got 29 Spider-Man?
No one knows. That's it. No one knows. Who went back to 2099? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was only a couple of them that came back. Remember that Scarlet Witch? I mean, Black Widow didn't come back. She's dead.
Yeah.
But like
She
they
gave
all
her
came
life
back.
for the stone.
Yeah. But who went to 2099? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like who went there? That's some shit. Would it be? No, it couldn't be Doctor Strange. 'Cause he's not even. He wasn't even alive yet. He was
Yeah.
still disintegrated.
He was still dust.
Could have been like. Who could have been Captain? Oh no, she didn't even go in the future. She didn't go back. Who the fuck went back with them? They showed Thor, they showed Rocket, they showed Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Cap, Iron Man, Hulk. I don't know.
Is 2099?
Yeah, bro. 29. Someone went to 2099 and back. Because it said 2099, then 1970, 19 something, where they went back to where Captain America was born, that base where they took the Tesseract or the not the Space Stone, the fucking what's that?
Mind Stone?
What's the blue stone?
Space.
Stone.
Okay.
So they went back to that kind of underground bunker where they had the Space Stone, and then that's when Tony Stark met his dad, right? So like that was in 1987 or 60. And the 2000 was the Battle of New York, and then they went to Ragnarok, which was like 2000. I think it was 15 or 16. Or sorry, Asgard. Sorry. But then who the fuck went to 2099? We've never seen any of the movies go into the future.
Yeah, we haven't.
You know what I mean? Because like Ant-Man.
I don't think it's Ant-Man. No, he was in the quantum realm. It's different. I know they used the quantum realm to go
Like-
back in time, but he never
Yeah, he
went
never used the
anywhere in
machine. He
time.
never used the machine. Huh?
He made time go through him.
Yeah.
But
It's crazy how the quantum realm works though. 5 years to them in the quantum realm is like 5 what?
it was
5
5
minutes?
hours?
5
5
hours.
hours.
5 hours.
It was 5 years is 5 hours.
Yeah.
He's like, I was only in there for 5 hours.
Can you imagine like 10 years going by, you're only there for 10 hours, and you come out, you're like,
Oh, fucking what?
what? Why is my daughter like 3 years old now?
That must be weird. That's, well, Fire Emblem has a 5-year time skip.
Really?
Yeah.
A legit 5-year time
Did
skip.
they explain what's up with that? With your character?
Kind of.
Okay, it's probably...
It's just like you
it
fell
was-
asleep.
It was one, yeah.
It's like you fell asleep for 5 years and
Or
you
something.
didn't change at all. Well, because of weird shenanigans.
Okay, I'll find out the other routes. Maybe, probably.
I mean, that's what they told me in the Golden Deer.
Okay, so...
And I didn't bother
It-
paying
it-
attention
it-
in the Blue Line.
It definitely feels like Golden Deer is more world building.
It's a lot more about the world.
Yeah.
Spoilers again.
I'm not going to spoilers. That was on the trailer.
That
It's fine.
we're being vague about that.
Yeah.
We're doing well for spoilers on
Okay,
Three
let's not-
Houses.
let's
on a
not-
random obscure Japanese game,
Let's not
but
talk
not about major fucking movies.
Let's not talk about Fire Emblem anymore in case some people actually want to play it. So.
Um,
And then people haven't seen Endgame yet.
I mean, at this point, I have to actively still avoid spoilers because everybody's posting the one route I'm currently playing, and it's the last one. The most popular one that everybody plays.
It's the best route.
Sorry, I have to disagree. Golden Gear is the best route.
Are we gonna go through this again? He's gonna argue again.
Yeah, I'm fucking pissed.
Did you not listen to my previous podcast about my fucking thoughts towards Claude? He is best boy. I said I would go gay for that man.
Shit.
That's how good he
People
is.
want to go get. I want to suck his dick so hard, but they won't let me.
I think the best picture is the picture where he's like, "Let me be bi, let me be bi." But yeah, that shit was great. Oh man, so what else did I thought of for the only other things I can think of for the hypothetical would be like other game, like you could do farming games if you wanted to. You can
Farming
just,
Simulator.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be pretty close to real
Like-
life, but if you want to spend your week like that, you can.
Do like Stardew Valley or some shit. Get paid.
Yeah, you could bring a wife
Yeah.
back. You can bring a wifey.
I mean, hey man, that's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the last topic of our podcast.
No, the other one's is gonna be you two and then closing stuff.
Nice.
We should be good. But yes. Speaking of games,
We have
Arvin, you have a topic for one.
I do, yeah. All right. So you guys heard about #boycott Borderlands 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you guys know what's up with that?
Apparently, I
I
didn't read too
don't,
much into
but
it, but I know
yeah. I've seen it around. I just never read.
I know
deep
Epic
into it.
Games is a
Okay.
part of it.
Epic. Is it Epic?
Not this.
Not this time, or is it,
Specifically.
there's 2K actually being retarded?
It's 2K and the other one, the other publisher. It's 2K. and
Gearbox?
it's-
I think that's what they make the.
No. For once, Gearbox actually isn't a part of
They're
this.
not okay.
They're not part of it. What was it? 2K and someone else. I forgot the name.
Yeah. No.
No, not yet.
Take Two. Well, 2K
Take
Take
Two.
Two.
Take two.
It's they're like
right.
similar companies.
It's Take Two. Yeah. I think that's why I kept forgetting. So, have you guys heard of a YouTuber called Super Matto?
Nope.
He's like really big in the Borderlands community or something. So what he did is that he found on a Twitch stream, like an unlisted Twitch stream, information on Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
Information that wasn't out yet, right? So he got the information from that, made some videos, put it on his private Discord, right? So when it was found out, Take-Two / 2K Games sent private investigators to his house
Holy shit.
to intimidate him and ask him like, yo, where'd you get this information from, right? And because of that shit, Super Mattos ended up, I think he ended up closing down his channel, closing down social media. Like, this man disappeared from the world, saying he wants to take a break from everything. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you're sending dudes to people's houses because not even that they leaked information, it's just because they found a leak.
Mhm.
And they're,
And if that happens, you know it must be true now.
yeah,
Because that's fucking like
that's fucked.
the
That's-
more I see how the world's turning, the more I think we're getting closer and closer to Deus Ex, where it's just corporations and corporate war and shit like
dude,
that.
we've been there for a long time. It's more
It's more
in the
fucking
open.
out there.
It's more in the open, yeah.
It's
And
fucking like holy shit, that's disturbing.
yeah,
What if I accidentally said something that just happened to be in the game and it was considered a leak? They're gonna come and like, where did you get your information? I don't know, I just said shit. I was just talking out my ass. Like, you weren't, who's your connection?
so they try to justify it by saying it's like trade secrets or stuff like that, but like that's not what trade secrets are.
Yeah, but you don't have to like go to the person's house. Like, you know how much work that is to find out where somebody lives,
Well,
who they are, and like how they found out the information and
it's,
shit.
it's definitely like an implied threat where we know where you live.
Yeah. Like, that's just scary. Somebody coming to your house. So where'd you find... I heard there was a situation that happened to some dude and Nintendo did that.
Oh really?
But this was way back, and this was, You remember Edgar, right?
Yeah.
It was one of his friends who confided in him about that story. He used to be a prevalent leaker from Nintendo.
Right.
And Nintendo came up to him. They started asking him about posts into his house, and he's just
Okay.
like, "Yo."
Was
like,
he like connected in any way to Nintendo?
He couldn't like divulge that, like.
Like he was connected to Nintendo?
Yeah.
Like
But
that? Okay.
he either A, knew somebody in the company, or B, was like involved with something in the company.
Mhm.
So they sent people to his house being like, "Hey, we can't have you talking about this,
Yeah.
or we can't have you discussing this or leaking anything, because if you do, that's not good." And he's just like, "They made me get rid of all my shit," and they're just like, "Listen, we know it's you, even though we know you're using like a fake thing, because we rooted back to everybody we know, and the only person that it could have fit was you." So
Yeah.
they like did like an internal investigation. They did so much shit. And I'm just like, God damn. And he's just like, "Watch out for those Nintendo ninjas." And I'm like, I don't doubt that.
Yeah. Nah,
Like,
it's fucked up.
it's crazy shit though.
It's fucked up.
I didn't
It's
realize
fucked
that
up.
time in Borderlands that they were like fucking
Yeah. And this is like
corporate threats and shit.
this is in addition to all the shit with Randy Pitchford.
Oh, that guy's just a fucking cesspool of controversy.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun. No, it's bad. It's really bad.
That's a crazy shit. That's crazy shit. I can't believe that stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I'm still trying to process it. Like how you gonna send people to fucking intimidate
Just a dude. Yeah.
a dude?
Okay. To be
Even
fair,
even if they don't do anything, that's still fucking crazy.
okay, it's kind of stupid though because first in Super Mario case, because like to get onto his private Discord where he had the info, you had to be a Patreon. So technically, he was selling information for money, but it's still a bit much
Yeah,
to like completely shut down this guy's entire thing.
yeah. That's... So now we got controversy out of the way. Maybe we have some more controversy. Patrick,
Well,
what do you got for us today?
the topic I want to talk to about today, it's better late than never, but it's basically about the Disney Fox merger. That's what I want to bring up.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on with that too. Well, the plans were when Disney merged with Fox, from what I read, was they were planning to keep some of the movies. But Dark Phoenix got such bad reviews that they're completely scratching every single other Fox movie.
Like, Fox, stop it!
Yeah.
Stop! You're dead.
And, like, it
Stop.
literally was that bad. And then they had the New Mutants movie that was supposed to come out. They dropped trailers after trailer after trailer. It was sick. Disney scrapped it.
Oh.
They're like it's not gonna make any revenue. It's not good enough.
They
So.
have no faith in Fox.
So,
I
Like,
mean,
none whatsoever.
It's also Fox.
that's the thing.
Fox
Like
is retarded.
the thing is, Fox they didn't know how to make a proper Marvel movie. Look at Fantastic Four, for instance. Terrible.
We got a good kill knocker out of it.
No, weren't those movies basically just to exist so they could hold on to the license?
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically. So they didn't really give a
try.
fuck.
They
Yeah.
were trying.
They didn't really give a fuck.
And I was
you
like,
know?
I saw, when I saw that they were making a Fantastic
Like,
Four, I'm like,
for,
yeah,
for
that's
instance,
sick. I
X-Men.
like
Like, some of the X-Men were good,
Yeah.
but then there was, like, the one called, what was it? X-Men Origins Wolverine. Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
The,
yeah.
the best, I think,
You know
X-Men
what I'm
related film that they made was probably
Deadpool
Logan.
was the best Fox movie. that was
Deadpool
made.
and Logan. Logan was good.
Logan was dope.
Logan. Yeah, those are my two favorite Fox movies, but everything else, terrible.
The
I'm
only-
sorry,
the only
like,
good Fox
oh,
movies.
it was bad. It was really
Unless
bad.
you really count the
That's why I'm
old
kind of happy
X-Men
Disney
movies.
took their. I'm happy they merged with Disney now, because now Disney can take Fox's property.
But it's also frightening that Disney can just be like,
They own-
meow,
they
just take
own-
out everything.
right. And the
Just
thing is
own
with that,
everything.
like now that Disney and Fox merged, from what I was reading online, there's gonna be a lot of layoffs for people who used to work at Fox. Like Disney's laying a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Are they gonna
Because-
pull an EA and just buy a company just to like kill it?
Well, apparently
just
Disney.
take its whatever.
From what I heard, Disney's trying to buy Sony now too. They're trying to get like all of Sony's Marvel property, and that's what Sony's living off right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if Disney buys
Well,
Sony,
Sony's living off their games division too.
games division, but like
and TVs.
movie
TVs do okay.
wise, like they're living off Marvel movies like right now. Like
Yeah.
Spider-Man, for instance, that Spider-Man made $1 million.
Yeah.
That's all. That's,
Spider-Verse is my favorite Spider-Man movie.
yeah,
Spider-
that's all
Spider-
Sony, right?
Spider-Verse is also
So imagine
the
if
lowest
Disney-
grossing Spider-Man movie ever.
Yeah.
Really?
Ever. Even worse than the Andrew Garfield movies.
Which movie?
Really? But those were my. But like,
The Spider-Verse.
I would recommend.
It did?
I would
Yeah.
recommend.
Wow.
I hear it was really good for the studio though.
It's good. It's good for the studio, but
Like they made a shitload off of it.
I think the best Spider-Man they said that to this day was Far From Home.
I even still like after watching Spider-Verse, I'm like I can't look at Spider-Man the same because I want it in this style all the time.
because people look at its style and that's for kids.
Even though look at the fucking live action movies are PG-13 and is like meant for not kids but like
Because
adolescents.
The only thing
teens,
now
so, like,
with the Fox Disney merger, what's kind of scaring me is the fact that they don't know whether to make Deadpool PG-13 rated R again. They're thinking of doing
if they do
PG-13.
PG-13, I'm never watching a
It's done.
Deadpool movie.
No.
Like, look at that Once Upon a Time in Deadpool. Like that was, yeah. You saw how bad it was. Like
I didn't even go watch it because I was just
dude,
like,
it was like-
it's
Oh,
the
it was
second
bad. It was
movie,
bad.
but
Like,
PG-13.
they couldn't
It's the
do-
second movie, but PG-13.
yeah,
It's
so they
like,
couldn't.
why?
Yeah, they cut
You
out
didn't
every
need to.
single vulgar, gory part in the movie. It was bad.
it was
But yet people still wanted to watch it. They still made a lot of money.
It was
for some
Deadpool
reason.
for kids.
Yeah, basically.
But the moment you make Deadpool for kids, he ceases being the character he is.
So like if I think Ryan Reynolds said if they were to make Deadpool PG-13, I think Ryan Reynolds said that he wouldn't do it anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
he's the reason we have Deadpool as it
Yep.
is now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's the reason also why it's faithful to its
He
original.
worked really hard for it. He fought really hard.
Yeah,
for
he
it.
fought Fox really hard.
It's fucking Fox.
I remember when the demo thing for it got leaked
Yeah.
and
For what?
for Deadpool. And everybody saw it, and
yeah,
we saw
yeah.
Ryan Reynolds voicing it, and we were just like, "This is perfect. This is Deadpool."
When he was on
we
the
love
bridge?
it." Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just I saw it, I was like, "This
Dude.
is Deadpool. This is Deadpool."
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, I knew from the start, even before they casted Ryan Reynolds, I'm like, he would be the perfect Deadpool.
And then it blew up on the internet, and they're like, Fox is like, here's $1 million to make the movie.
Did-
Tiny budget, but they got it done in $1 million.
And
The
it was
first
good.
movie was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Fucking great.
The second movie is not better than the first,
But it was
but
still
it's a
good.
good sequel.
And you want to know what's fucked up,
does
too?
well.
What the crazy thing about the second movie, the after credits, I don't know if y'all seen it, but the after credits...
That was the best after credits of any movie ever.
Yeah, so basically the after credits, like, it was showing like Ryan Reynolds doing Green Lantern, he gets popped in the head, the friggin'
Oh,
shitty
spoilers.
Deadpool,
Yes.
in the Wolverine movie, popped in the head. But the best thing about the after credits was they showed the little, in Endgame, you know how Iron Man had that little bracelet in his hand, and
Yeah.
he pressed it to go back in time. They showed that in Deadpool too.
Yeah.
So it connected everything, and I'm just like, holy shit,
So
that's
it-
insane.
It exists?
It exists. So Deadpool technically exists in the MCU.
He may have gotten snapped.
I heard like the Russo brothers were planning to, like when they were going back in time, they were gonna run into freaking Cable.
What
But
if the
Oh.
2099 thing was Cable?
ooh,
Oh, yeah.
ooh,
Theories.
But here, you wanna hear the weird thing? Because okay, now Thanos is technically gone now, right? Wouldn't it be weird when Thanos and Cable meet up because they're the same people? It's Josh Brolin.
I was honestly waiting for him to call Josh Brolin Thanos at one point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think when they were making the movie, they didn't know who Thanos was at the time.
For which movie? Deadpool?
Yeah.
No, because
Because
Deadpool
I'm
1.
certain they could have made that joke.
Yeah, Deadpool 1. Thanos. He existed, but like.
Nobody really knew
Yeah,
who he was.
but then when it was
Like,
Deadpool 2, that's when they're like, okay, we'll throw shots at Marvel. Remember, they threw shots at Marvel.
Oh yeah, so hard.
Pump the hate brakes, Thanos.
Yeah. But like, honestly, no, Josh Brolin was a perfect, he was a perfect Cable.
Oh yeah.
He's a great
I
actor.
They were actually gonna cast a female Cable, Keira Knightley. I don't know if you remember who she is.
Yeah.
No, wasn't that a joke
That was-
that he made?
No,
Or
it was
was it
actually
legit?
it was actually legit. Like they were gonna try and cast Keira Knightley,
But she wasn't now.
but they said no. They said no. She said she was up for it. They said no. They're like, fuck it.
Fuck.
We should get a male version of Cable.
They're probably
Josh
like,
Brolin.
do we want to mix up the formula? Or do we want to stay
Yeah.
true?
That would be cool. If they got Keira Knightley, like that.
I think a lot of people would have been down for it
because
because
so done.
I would have had a feeling it's like Deadpool would be like, something's not right here.
Yeah.
I feel like this
You know-
is supposed to be.
You want to know
what
what the funny part of when Deadpool was when remember Brad Pitt in it? He made a little cameo. What was his name? It was like
It was some jobber who died like real.
yeah, it was like he was like an invisible guy. But what the fuck's his name again? It was oh my god! But he died by getting electrocuted. And you saw
Yeah.
Brad Pitt on the line. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then
I love that part.
And then the one
Everybody
guy
just
who-
died.
What was that random dude? The random Paul. Was it Paul?
Yeah, it's Paul.
Yeah, the
He
random
lived-
guy.
Paul's.
X-Force! X-Force!
I need to buy the Blu-ray for that. I had the first one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was It was good. It was good.
Oh, also spoilers for Deadpool 2, I guess.
That's an older movie.
That's an older movie. It's
We can-
okay.
Hey, just in case, who knows?
So this is kind of like off topic, but we got into an interesting discussion earlier today about like anime adaptations and shit.
All right. Yeah.
This is like off list or whatever, so I feel like we just might as well
Oh
talk
shit,
about it
off the
because
cuff?
yes, off the cuff. We'll do it live.
Shit, that's wild. Episode 2, fuck the structure.
well, we were supposed to have another guest, so I figured I might as well just slap in another thing. So, the fate of anime and or video game adaptations.
Okay.
Like, how's your feeling on that? Because I'm personally thinking like it can be done. It's
Oh,
possible.
Oh yeah, it's always possible. It just depends on who's in the lead and what they can do.
Yeah.
Like for instance, we spoke about the Death Note live action
The live action
adaptation
one that was
on
just,
Netflix, and they had, no offense, but they had a white male as the lead as Light, sorry, and then they had L as a black guy, which didn't even matter because Nico did say that.
because yeah. And
he's
to
from a
preface
different
this, in the earlier discussion, I was like, okay, I don't care if you whitewash characters, but whitewash them right, as in like L, for example, in the anime, he is a foreign character.
Yeah.
So you can make him a different nationality.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But Light, he's Japanese.
He's Japanese.
He's
And
a
the
Japanese
girl,
character.
what was
His
the
name
girl's
is
name?
Light Yagami.
Misa?
Misa. Yeah, Misa was
Misa
white
Amane.
too. She was
No,
white
she's-
in the... Was that her?
Amane is Japanese.
No, but
Japanese
in the live action.
she was a white girl.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like you gotta make the characters appropriate to the origins within the source material.
Yeah.
So, like, but when I was hearing stuff from like Ghost in the Shell, that from what I heard, the creator was just like, well, she may be named Kusanagi, but like it doesn't mean
Oh, that's
she's
Karajo?
Japanese. Yeah.
Yo, you know
Like he didn't really. It doesn't matter. He's like, no, the character.
I
reflects it.
I know one of the worst live action movie adaptations I've ever seen.
Dragon Ball?
There it is! There it is! There it is!
I am lucky. I am lucky that I've only seen parodies and other
Oh.
stuff. I haven't subjected myself.
it. Dude,
once.
Just
as
give
a
it a try.
small child.
Just give it a try. Just
No,
give
I'm
it a
Don't
good.
try.
watch it.
I'm
Okay,
good.
no.
I don't want to see
He's
Surfer Yoshi. Surfer.
No. Here's the thing.
Surfer Roshi.
He's like, don't watch it alone. Watch it with people and get ready. Just strap the
yeah.
fuck in.
Is it like The Room with Tommy Wiseau?
No.
No, it was...
Where it's like if you,
Because the room is actually good.
Yeah, it was actually good.
It's
it was
good
probably-
bad.
It's good bad.
This was just bad.
It's just bad.
it was bad.
bad.
Yeah.
because
yeah.
like I spared myself because I was like, hey, I'm a Dragon Ball movie. That sounds sick. And then
You could
everybody's like,
definitely-
stay the fuck away. It's cancer. Stay away.
Like, they ruined Goku. They ruined Bulma.
Everybody.
Like, it was just really
just
poorly done.
I don't think there's any redeeming qualities. in
No.
the movie. Like
Did they even have Piccolo in that movie? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
they did.
the
He didn't look
Right.
great. I saw the images.
was Vegeta was in it, right?
No, he wasn't.
He
It's like
Was Vegeta in it?
pre Z stuff. It was
No,
all
yeah,
pre Z
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, it's pre-Z, so it's just Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but it's like
yeah.
Goku's older, which is weird.
With older Goku, yeah, it's fucking whack.
He's supposed to be in the manga, somewhere right there.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be like 14
Yeah.
in his early incarnation. I mean, the first we see him.
He's
He's
really
14.
young, yeah.
Yeah, but he looks like he's 12.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Toriyama.
yeah, because he draws teenagers really short, and then they have like a 1 year gap, and then they're really fucking tall.
Yeah, because that's how that works.
I can't believe someone actually decided to make that movie. And this
Listen,
is-
a live action Dragon Ball Z would be fun, but it wouldn't work because Dragon Ball Z's like the scale of the fights is hard to translate.
And the animation, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to translate that in live action, and it would just look really jarring to see people popping in and out, hitting each other in real life. But it works in the anime because it's super stylized. So like, there are only certain animes that work. Even something like JoJo would be hard to translate because of the sheer like how are you gonna translate a
They
million
did.
fucking
They
punches?
did so.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
was
apparently-
middling at best.
Oh, apparently it wasn't that bad. Like for the medium, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
They did the best they could.
See, like I genuinely think something like Death Note can work in
So
live
it's called
action.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah. It was not an evolution.
Oh my god. I can't believe what's his face? Yun Fat Chow was friggin' Master Roshi. Wow. Wow. Alright guys, 2.5 stars out of 10.
Well, I hope we got paid for that role.
You probably did. And then
really, really well.
Jamie Chung was okay, that would make sense.
And
Jamie Chung,
it made a
Chung.
lot of money, from what I remember.
Bro, okay, you remember Buffy? Do you remember Spike?
Fuck, he was in that movie?
Spike was
Seriously?
Lord Piccolo. I'm gonna show you a picture of Lord Piccolo in this. Here you go.
Oh my god, I don't.
Hey.
I know they got the antennas. They did the antennas, but it doesn't look right. Also, Dragon Ball Z characters, like facial features, how you can't translate that.
Well, a lot of anime you can't translate, like physically.
Oh god.
Yeah. It's. They just,
You know, you're bringing repressed
Dude,
memories.
dude.
Wait, what?
okay.
For context, he looks
No,
like a scroll.
no context. Just is it possible to edit that photo in right when that pops up?
I
my
could, yeah.
God.
But you gotta send me
Wanna
the
do that?
photo. You gotta send me the photo. I'm just gonna hard cut it in.
Yeah.
No context. Hard cut.
I hope you
Like what you'll hear yo and then that picture. And that's what's gonna
Was
happen.
that due to Discord or what?
Whatever, doesn't matter.
Man, I hope you audio listeners all love this very audio podcast.
Even video, like there's no video, it's just a picture.
Yeah, it just indicates.
Because like I'm not fucking
No,
I don't have the setup to do live
that's
screen recordings.
That's a lot of work, man.
Here's the thing, if it gets popular, then yeah, maybe.
Which it won't.
We probably won't.
Yeah.
But whatever. This is like we could worry about that later.
That's for future us. to
That's
worry
for future us.
Fuck that.
Today
guy.
us is just talking about Dragon Ball shitty evolution.
Oh shit. Yeah, we probably shouldn't meet Discord.
It's okay. It's not that loud. It's not that jarring.
Alright, it's fine.
But yeah, I can't unsee that. I'm gonna always think that he looks like that now.
Like a scroll? We saw the scrolls before they were Captain Marvel. We knew it was coming.
It was not in the Marvel. It was before the Marvel MCU even was a thing. Yeah. All right, let's go into the closing segments. Let's round this shit off with personal stuff that we've been doing lately this week.
Yo, fuck kinda. I'm out.
Okay. Just as quickly as he started in this podcast, you will be seeing him for another 2-3 weeks.
Yep, gonna
I'm gonna go have tea and crumpets with fucking Queen
Team
Elizabeth.
Crumpets?
Yo, fuck the colonies, man. It's all about the home country, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking colonies.
Pinkies up, pinkies up.
Do you want biscuits? Hold on.
Fuck, I don't want biscuits. Fuck,
You
I
want
hate
biscuits?
I'm like the only person who
Nico's
does.
got-
Fucking Greek biscuits.
Nico's got biscuits.
I think I'm the only one that actually is like I'm cool on the Popeyes biscuit.
They're okay.
No, biscuits like those biscuits, not like the Popeyes. Like
These biscuits are proper.
So like,
yeah,
so
no,
like
legit
Ovaltine.
biscuits.
Oh, yo, Ovaltine.
Yo, that's the shit.
Look at this.
Bro.
ASMR. Mm.
Yo, wait, have you ever tried Skyflakes, Nico?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yo, Skyflakes is
Those
so.
are great. Those are great.
Skyflakes.
The reason I
are
like
the
eating
shit.
those is because they actually have flavor to it.
Mhm.
And they don't taste like regular ass biscuits.
Just throw it at me.
But I can smell it before it came in my mouth.
It's got a nice little sweet flavor.
Yeah. Very subtle too.
Where do you buy these?
No frills. They're a little
Oh.
pricey. They're like $2
Oh.
something.
Well, I assume because they imported, right?
Oh my god.
So if you want, for context, is no frills in the US? I don't think so.
No.
It's
No.
Canadian shit. So
What
fuck
was
you,
Canadian?
US.
Food base is Canadian.
Loblaws
Walmart
also?
is-
I'm pretty sure Loblaws, yeah.
Loblaws is Canadian. Costco's not Canadian. Costco's American.
So go to whatever grocery store is the equivalent of no frills, and if you don't know what the equivalent of no frills even means, just go search it up. And the biscuits are called Papadopoulos. Good luck trying to figure out what that is.
How it's spelled.
They're Papadopoulos biscuits.
Papadopoulos.
Product of Greece.
That's a lot of.
Gotta
That's all
love
letters, bro.
Greek things, man. I'm telling you, Greek things are just. Whew.
Yeah,
I will shill my country.
It's like Filipino food.
No,
Right.
I don't know. My Filipinos suck.
It used to be good. Depends on who makes it.
No, I'm talking about in general. All Filipinos suck. Man, it's a shitty country. No value. Except for Tekken players. the best esport is Tekken players.
For context, he is also Filipino.
Oh yeah, I'm not racist. I swear.
Remember, forgot, there's no visual component, so
Yeah.
they're just gonna assume you're a disembodied head speaking about how you hate the Philippines.
So racist.
Yeah, as he's in a room with another Filipino.
Yeah, so.
What's up, bud? What's up, bud?
But yeah, so my week has been okay. Completely average, trying to set up for this podcast. I had to do some weird technological
Should we
bullshit.
have started with this?
I'd like to end it
Really?
with that.
Oh, that's weird, but alright. Hey, you're a podcast, man. You do you.
Why don't you make your own podcast?
I-
You don't
I
like the way I
don't.
run shit
I
here.
really don't want to be going. That's a lot of work.
I want food.
You want food?
Yeah.
Have some more biscuits.
No, I actually want food.
Oh,
Yeah, there should be.
Yeah, you're right. The Greek biscuits aren't real food.
Yeah, they're manufactured out of hopes and
Manufactured.
dreams. But I was working on some shit. It's for my uncle. For context, if you were listening to the first podcast where I got interrupted.
All
by
right.
the weird interruption that's like
Mom
early in
walked
the video.
and, yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is to piggyback off of that, so you get a continuation of that. And I was basically adding movies to my uncle's tablet. And he's got a tablet that's from the Stone Ages. And trying to get it to read a USB was like trying to decipher DOS. It's like, what the fuck am I even doing? So I just ended up going with the lazy route, because, okay, I couldn't even open up the Google Play Store, because every time I opened it, it crashed. So what I would have to do is I'd have to basically default the Google Play Store to factory settings and open it within a specific window of time. To open it so I can download VLC onto the tablet. And then after, import movies from my computer into this tablet so you can watch them. And that's the gist of how I had to do it. So, after doing that, because my uncle's not very technically literate, so I had to show him how to access movies. I was like, you click on the pylon, you touch the pylon on the main screen, go to movies, and then you pick the movie you want to watch. These are all different movies.
Oh, that's already done. You already did it.
I already did it.
Okay.
It took me like 2 days to figure it out, because I was trying different methods.
How many gigs did you have?
He had 11 gigs on there
That's
that I
not
could
bad.
use,
That's
and
not
and his tablet luckily can only go up to 720p, so I was just grabbing 720p movies
Yeah.
from my unnamed source that I will not mention, but you could probably Google and find it. And it starts with a T and ends with another T.
Yar hard.
Yar har fiddly dee, being a pirate is alright with me. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
And everything is alright.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got that sorted out, and then my uncle was oddly a little too grateful. He was like, yo, if you need renovations in the future, I will help you out, whatever you need, because thank you for this, because I was just like, it's not that big of a deal. I just put in like 5 movies on there.
You can need renovations in the future.
And then my aunt was like, yo, even if he's dead, he will rise from the grave and do your renovations. So he's gonna come out from the grave with fucking like hammers and like wood, and he's like, do you need an extra room? I will build you an extra room. And I'm just like, that's intense. Like I appreciate
we could actually
it, but,
use
like,
that for
relax.
when we move into our own place. Seriously, we could actually do that, and we could have an extra room as our gaming room. You know?
Yeah. So my family was interesting and weird, but aside from that, it was mostly just work, figuring out stuff for the podcast. I don't lead a very exciting life. So
He does. He's lying.
You prefer to live a very quiet
He's
life.
lying.
yes,
He lives a nice life. Look at him.
chew.
Look at this. Look at the look on his face. You can see the look on Nico's face.
In this audio
Hey.
podcast.
You can ASMR my looks. Okay? So, how's your week been, Patrick?
Good. Working as usual. It's been really slow at work. It's not cold outside yet, so no one's really buying fireplaces for much. So yeah, so you can tell, you can imagine how that's going. But
Where are you working at?
I work at a fireplace warehouse in Mississauga. I shall not name my place, but
Yeah, don't do that.
yeah,
I never know why you named the city.
right.
I mean, we've already doxed Mississauga in the last one.
Yeah,
Oh well, y'all fucked.
but yeah, no, I work at a fireplace warehouse, and
I thought we did like a FedEx or something.
I used to. I quit because
Oh.
like I was working 2 jobs, and like
I'm still
I
there.
was
That
getting
place
no
is
sleep.
shit.
Like I was working till 3 a.m. and then I go home, get home for 4. By the time I get to bed, it's like 5. I wake up for 7. So.
Oh shit.
He's making good money, but it was way too much effort and way too
Hours of
much
sleep? No,
draining.
that's not
Dude,
worth it.
it's not worth it,
It's
man.
not worth it.
Like I would only do the 2 jobs thing if I need to save up or do
Or
something.
if I have a fucking family, yeah, I would,
Yeah.
but that's not the
But
case
even
for
then,
me.
I'd find a better second job.
Now, right now, the job I'm at, I'm happy and content with it. I mean, before working there, like, when I first started, it was obviously shit. It's like how jobs usually are.
Right.
But after, like, a year or 2, like, I was really content with working there. They started showing me the respect that I wanted, and yeah, that's good now, man. Pays good. Got my raise that I wanted, so,
That's good, man.
you know, I could see myself being here for quite some time because, you know, people are dropping like flies there, so, you know, it'd be quicker for me to move up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you know, boomers be boomers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Booming
Exactly.
all out of
They're
here.
gonna boom out of the workplace soon, and we're gonna be like, we gotta find. There's gonna be a lot of new openings.
Slide right in.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of new openings, and companies are not gonna be able to be choosy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm saying that's gonna be not within a reasonable time, but it's gonna happen eventually, unless you can somehow substitute shitty workers.
robots.
If robots ever existed, I don't know what the fuck we would do anymore.
Well, technically robots do exist.
They exist. Like, have you seen those videos of those robots talking? There's a compilation on
Fucking-
Facebook or YouTube.
Fucking surreal, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like one robot was saying like, so a guy asked this robot like, oh, are you gonna attack us or do anything bad to us? He's like, no, me and my friends in the future will protect you guys. I'm just like, how the fuck do you know what's gonna happen in the future already?
We've
Alright,
already
there's
seen.
Skynet.
Listen,
Holy
we've already
shit.
seen a million sci-fi movies, and I firmly believe that there is a distinct possibility that even if that robots will see us as a threat to ourselves, and they'll be like, well, you can't be a threat to yourself if you are not alive. How can you kill yourself if you're already dead?
Alright there, Mass Effect, what they call
Do you think Star Trek is a real thing?
Reapers, yeah.
Star Trek?
No, Star Trek is a TV show.
I don't know, I've heard theories that it might be a real thing.
Like, what do you mean? Like, it's gonna happen, or?
It's gonna
Oh,
happen.
okay. Oh, possible.
I don't know, but I do think that if we don't fucking have a universal kill switch that's like
For robots?
undetected by like that very few people know about, that's
Even
not
robots
even
don't know about
that's
it.
completely like off the grid, like there's no way to physically, like only 3 people in the world know about it, and they pass it down to specific people and be like, if robots ever fuck shit up, here's the kill switch. They don't even know it exists. It would be like one of those things. Like that's what we would need, or some kind of big electromagnetic blast that just disables any and all technology.
We call them EMPs.
Yes.
EMPs, that'd be... Or just do a fucking self-destruct button and kill everyone.
Oh, that's nukes. That's just nukes. We already got that.
Oh, you already got... Yeah.
I got this.
This is the moment somebody launches a nuke, the world's dead.
Yeah, no, we got you covered.
Don't worry. The Earth. We have many ways to kill ourselves.
Yeah, but not robots. Robots are dangerous.
Yeah, because
So
well, they're still new. But I just don't like. It's like
So here's my
we're
question.
like, yo, AIs though,
I have
and
a
we're like,
question for you
yes,
guys.
AIs are cool, but you know that there's possibility
But have
that
you
this shit
heard
could fuck us up.
But have you heard of Skynet?
I have a question for both of you guys.
Alright.
So say our world is coming to an end, and you could only pick one type of invasion. Would it be a zombie apocalypse, a robot invasion, or alien invasion?
Aliens are fucking whack.
Aliens are unpredictable. We don't know what the fuck. they're gonna do.
Zombies. Okay, zombies don't actually work.
Unless it's airborne thing, right?
If it is airborne, it
Yeah.
could work. But even then, like the mass panic and shit,
That's true.
like it's far overblown in fiction.
I feel like we'd probably do a good job containing zombies.
Yeah, no, like actually, if it's
Because-
airborne, if it's airborne, then we're kind of fucked. Like if it's like in Walking Dead, I think it was in Walking Dead.
Yeah,
That
Walking
one
Dead.
was
What-
that airborne?
That was airborne.
Yeah, as long as you die,
So when
it'll
you
happen.
yeah, so when you
Doesn't matter
die,
how.
you'll come back.
I
to
think a
life
lot
as
of it
a
would be
robot.
like we contain it to a specific area, and everybody that dies has to get like a double tap. You have to double tap them.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So zombie apocalypse would be the easiest thing to do.
So we could relatively figure out how to like fix it, but like or work around it. But stuff like an alien invasion, that's fucked. They have technology we probably don't even know about.
Exactly. There's technology they have that we probably won't see for another 20
And
years.
what was the other one?
Robots.
Robots.
Robots. That's also that's.
We
It's
need
harder.
to establish stuff beforehand, and we need like
This reminds me.
zones that
Yeah.
can't be entered by technology.
Now that we're
Yeah, we call them Mormon. Not Mormons. I'm sorry, Amish.
It's the Amish people.
now that we're talking about like robots, this is the perfect time for this.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is it another picture I have to put
No,
in?
no, it's not even a picture.
Should we like put it on the TV or?
Terminator.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it. Is it gonna actually play that?
I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, let me see.
Alright, ready to get copyright stricken?
And copyright.
Yeah. Hey, thanks.
It was a great stream, guys. We got fucked up.
When a robot invasion happens, that will be my theme song. Robots entering my house.
Yeah.
Mom, they're here. They're here.
Why does he look like Arnold?
They all look like Arnold. One of them is Arnold.
I am a 2-3. I'll be back. It's like, be back for what?
Get to the chopper. That's the wrong movie.
Up, down, up, down.
Have you seen that video?
Oh.
The Arnold's workout song. I urge anybody to search up Arnold's workout song. Come on, more energy.
Energy.
Up,
down,
up,
down, harder.
Come on, more energy.
But in reality, Arnold Schwarzenegger is one guy I would not want to fuck with. Mm-mm. You see that video of him getting drop kicked? He didn't feel shit. He
didn't.
He didn't feel shit. He got drop kicked, didn't feel anything. He just looked behind him. He's like, oh, I got kicked.
What's up?
Are you just like casually like maybe he is a Terminator?
That's what I'm
An
saying.
actual Terminator.
He's probably an actual Terminator.
I mean, he got into office.
As a governor. Is he still the governor? He's not the
The
governor.
governor of California.
The governor.
Is he still?
I don't think so. I don't think he's the governor anymore. Because he had a lot of like scandals. That happened.
What was it? Florida? Was he Florida?
Yeah, it was more
California.
California.
Governor of California.
I heard he wants to run for president of the United States, but I don't think he'd be able to get it.
With Kanye.
You
Yeah.
see the-
Easy in the White House. Let's go.
Did you see
Yeah, it's not our
Trump's like plead to like people to vote for him? Love me or hate me, you need to vote for me. I'm like, why the fuck do we need to vote for you?
It doesn't matter in the U.S. anymore. They don't go off of people's proper votes. They go off of
Electoral college.
yeah.
That's a whole different podcast.
You vote for what you suggest the other people to vote for. That's the gist of what I understand about U.S. politics.
Yeah, it's fun. It's weird. Dude. I don't get it. If it worked when America was a lot smaller,
You know what I understand?
it doesn't
How does
scale.
somebody win a popular vote and not get elected?
Welcome to America.
What? It's like that's not how voting works.
Man. Thank
Because
God
if
we
I'm
don't-
being honest, just get Bernie in there.
Thank God we don't gotta like be part of that process of voting for
I mean, we got our own dumb shit.
Yeah, oh, did
but,
you hear about Trudeau?
What?
He's getting charged
Oh, for what?
with something to do with
Well, the Canadian politics topic. That's not even included, but we're
something to
gonna
do with
talk
something in
about
Montreal.
We do it live.
Justin
We're Bill O'Reillying this whole thing.
Yeah.
charged.
Because for context, Trudeau is a liberal person in Canada, and a lot of people
So,
take issue with that because left and right policies and stuff like that.
He violated ethic laws in SNC Lavalin. I don't know if you know what SNC
Fuck is
Lavalin
that?
is. SNC Lavalin is
I'm political normie, so you gotta tell me.
Wait, sorry, what was it?
SNC, he violated ethical laws in SNC Lavalin. SNC Lavalin is like, I don't know how to really describe that company, but it's like a Canadian engineering firm, basically.
Oh, I remember that scandal
Yeah.
a while
Wait,
back.
what?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I
He
believe
violated something?
He violated ethical laws, so like basically
I believe he had. I think he had someone removed.
yeah, something like that, and like
someone from the company removed, using his political the influence to get someone he wanted into the position. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But like you guys could Google that, you Canadians.
If anyone's interested
Oh, really?
in Canadian
Right.
political
Yeah.
scandals.
Trudeau-
Not as fun as American ones.
All
but
five,
alright.
all the five of the ones we have. There's probably more, but I don't know.
When is our
I mean, the best thing that came out of Canada was during the election was that everybody was like, "Hey, Trudeau kind of looks like he's a cross between Trudeau's wife and Fidel Castro."
But he has nice hair.
That was the best thing that came out of that entire election.
when is our next election for
This
Should
year.
be coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, this fall.
this fall, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm actually surprised people didn't start up the
Campaigns.
that hard. Well, I remember there was some during the big basketball game. There was a lot of political ads,
There was.
but that's like the extent I've seen so far.
You guys
Yeah,
voting for
'cause-
this year?
I need to see the policies.
Hey, don't worry
first.
about that.
That's excuse me, sir. That's a personal statement. I don't want to talk about that.
Not live on air.
Not live on air. Perfect. Yes, we won't do that.
And so I'm that guy that's like, I need to see what they're doing first.
Oh well, yeah. Don't be a sheeple.
I don't.
You narc.
Fucking block Quebecois, I bet.
No, fucking Green Party. Shut up.
Yeah, sure, all five of them.
Yeah, all five. They got seats last year. They got like what, like 10 seats or some shit.
Yeah,
that
like-
was
like
whack.
that.
That was weird.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know about the Canadian political system, it works off of how many seats a party gets. So if you have more seats, you are technically majority. But usually,
Therefore, you get the big hat.
you get the big hat and you get to pass whatever. Most of the time, you get to pass whatever you want. You still have to have everybody agree, but you have a better chance because more people are agreeing on it.
Yeah.
And what, we got a majority liberal?
I thought it was minority.
It was minority. Yeah.
Minority.
Minority liberal?
Yeah. So they still had to like talk with the NDP and shit.
Oh, yeah, because it was split NDP thing, right?
Yeah. So they had to talk with all the other left-leaning parties to like
Yeah,
to
but
get their shit.
NDP is like
They're
they're liberal,
they're
but
further.
they're more central.
No, they're more left. They're more left than the
They're
liberals.
far left.
Yeah. No, okay, not that far, but they're further left than the liberals.
And we need a good centralist party.
I don't think they have one.
No, it's
Well, I mean,
mostly like left or right.
I mean, yeah, because politics end up being left or right. There's almost
Yeah.
never like a central.
Mm.
It's just how the system works out. All right.
Well.
I think we're gonna end it on the most fucking serious political bullshit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really gonna do this like that?
I mean, what else do you have anything else to talk about?
Not for this.
I mean,
podcast.
honestly, I think I ran through
Hold on.
most of the stuff I wanted.
Did we talk about everyone's week already, right?
I talked about mine and
Yeah.
Patrick. I don't know about you. I think
Oh,
you went
yeah.
first, right?
You went first.
Yeah.
No, he didn't go first. How did
You,
you?
you said
No.
you said you were leaving the country. And
Oh
that was
yeah,
because-
yeah, you're leaving the country. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can't even remember what the fuck somebody said like 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Did I even finish what I was talking about?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Oh shit! All right. So by the way, I'm leaving the country. What did I do all week? Got studied. Yeah, I just had to go through exams. That was fun. Also work.
Jerked
That was
off.
That was also fun. Hey man, I mean that's everybody.
Nico.
Hey man.
Hey man, I've been working on this and then my uncle's stuff.
And your wiener.
And my weed.
Fuck.
We're talking about fapping.
All I did was like, what did I do? Talk to the girlfriend. We booked a hotel in Niagara for the long weekend, so.
Oh,
that
nice.
was that.
Have fun.
Oh, I will. I definitely will. I definitely will. And all you sick, dirty-minded fucks. I mean, when I'm gonna have fun, I mean we're gonna go out and walk around, you fuckers.
Yeah.
We're gonna see the falls.
We're gonna see the falls.
A nice.
Oh, I'm gonna see the
You're gonna see
walls.
falls, alright.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
see
see
the falls
falls.
in the flesh, man.
Oh man, no one's coming out of that dry.
Oh god.
Oh,
Is this
God.
even allowed on a podcast?
Yeah.
Is this allowed?
Oh, is this what we're doing?
We are genuinely talking about Niagara Falls. What do you guys? Don't
The
get your mind
famous
out of the gutter.
Canadian.
The Canadian one, not the shitty American one that's just a fucking line. We got the
Man,
horseshoe.
I know
bullshit.
what's about them. They have to go to the side to view theirs.
I
Now,
know.
if you just look straight on ahead. It's like, yeah, that's nice.
But you know, have you ever been to the U.S. that has any pictures of the Niagara Falls? It's always the Canadian one.
Yeah, because it's the nicer one.
Yeah, because who would want to watch a fucking straight big falls?
Yeah, see, Canada has curves.
Yeah.
We do have curves. We do have curves.
You have
The
all them
voluptuous
curves, all
curves.
them edges.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You
You know what I want to do? I want to do that boat ride again.
what,
The one that takes you close to the
Made of the Mist?
closest to the yeah,
Yeah.
where it's like literally you see the falls for like 5 minutes and then you get doused with mist and can't see shit for the rest of the fucking thing.
Dude, it sucks when you have
But yo,
glasses.
here's my-
Okay?
You can't see shit.
If we
for
do
glasses.
that, if we do Made in the Mist, we don't wear the little hood thing. We gotta just go like.
Oh yeah, no. Come on, no protection.
Mhm.
We go in raw.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not.
Wait, that's not.
Wait, no, hold
That's
on.
not
Wait, no, I take
consensual.
that back. I take that back. You know what? In
Whether
hindsight,
they like it or
no, wait,
I don't think
wait,
so.
no, I take that back. I didn't say that. Cut that. Can you cut that from the?
Nope, that's going in. That's going in.
Can we cut that?
Nope.
All right. Anyway, okay, we're over here, right? 3, 2, 1. All right. So the falls, right?
That's staying in. That's staying in all the way.
Oh god.
Yeah, you enjoy your wonderful weekend
I
Yeah.
will. I will.
and your Niagara Falls. You might end up seeing it for 2 days straight.
I haven't been here in a long time, so it should be fun.
Yeah, so. Okay, with that, we're gonna actually end it because I feel like that was a better note to end off of.
Yeah.
Well, now it's shit.
Yeah, now it's shit. Yeah?
Yeah. So good job.
Yeah, so this is a significant. Holy shit! 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Damn, that's a podcast.
Make sure to tune in next week, same time,